Hello. Hello, hello. Happy... Oh my god, it's Friday. Yay. Wow, wow, wow. Amazing stuff. I was just laughing at my own silly joke that I stole from someone else. Sorry. Hello everyone. Hope you had a good week so far. Wow, wow, wow. Let me say hello to everyone first. Hello, Rising. Hello, Art. Congrats on first. Hello, Trace. Good night, Trace. Hello, Rice. Hello, Sunken Shell. Hello, Amadis. Hello, Zero. Hello, Austin. Hello. I hope you are all doing fine today. Save me, Soupy, from work. Man, work. Tell me about it. I had the most the past 2 days have been the most rough days on this job. I was gonna say of my life, but that's not true. Of this job in particular. My goodness. Happy Raw Day. Happy Raw Day to you too, Reis. Man, I wanna talk in a really heavy German accent. I feel like it would be funny, but I feel like it's also kind of difficult to do. But yeah, I hope that your workday goes by okay later. Man, I was stuck on an issue for the past 1.5 days at work. And I was really worried that I wasn't going to be able to stream today because it still wasn't fixed by like lunch. But eventually it did work out, and I think I'm free from that topic until Monday. It's always the worst time before you go on vacation because somehow everything just falls apart when you want to go and leave. But I have really good news. I have officially reduced my work hours starting January next year. I only have to go to work hell 30 hours a week now. Wow! Incredible! I'll have a lot less money, but it's okay. It's fine. I actually will have less money than I thought I would, but it's okay. I can manage it, probably. But it's only gonna be for a year for now. We can see how it goes after a year. But yeah, I'm really happy that it worked out. It was very fast. Usually you have to like request that like 3 months ahead, and I did it not even a month before. Oh, thank you for the sub, Panis. Hello. Also, hope you're doing good today. Thank you for the 1 month. Someone who speaks English with a subtle but noticeable accent is Werner Herzog, in my opinion. Who's that? Who is Werner Herzog? I don't know who that is. If you have a spare... Sorry. If you have a spare Grime key, Steam key, if I would like it. I think I might have pre-ordered it. Hold on, let me see. Grime... Switch... I think I did. I can't remember anymore if I did. I would have to check my emails, but I think I did pre-order that one, or I did order it with other stuff. Maybe I already have it here at home. I have to check. If not, sure, why not? But yeah, thank you for the 5 stream watch streak, Amadis. Thank you, thank you. How many hours a week do you usually work? 39 currently, so I'll be reducing my work hours by 9 hours. Which is, you know, it's not that big of a difference, I guess. I don't know. It's still good. It's still, like, what is it? I can go home. So if I start work at 7, I can leave at 1 p.m. The thing is, I have to... I don't know how it is in America, but I feel like whenever I hear people from America talk about their job, it seems like they don't do lunch breaks. I don't know, it's kind of weird because they work like 9 to 5, and isn't that exactly 8 hours? I don't get to leave after 8 hours. I have to take a mandatory 30-minute lunch break. Like everyone has. That's just the law here. So it's like I have to stay like an extra 30 minutes. But since I only work 6 hours a day now by working 30 hours, I don't have to take a lunch break anymore. You only have to take one after 30 minutes. That also means that I have to be very punctual and leave exactly at 1 p.m. or after 6 hours, depending on when I get there. Otherwise, the 30 minutes lunch break will be automatically deducted from my time. It's kind of sucky, but we'll see how it goes. I'll be rushing to clock out. German filmmaker from the 70s and 80s. Oh, I see. I don't know many filmmakers or people in general. I only know my anime characters. Hell yeah. Almost to 1/4. Yeah, I guess so. Almost. I'm glad that I don't work 40 hours a week anymore. I feel like even that 1 hour difference to get to leave early on Friday is pretty good. 50 hours here, I'm so... How? How do you... What? I think I would actually die if I worked over 40 hours a week. That sounds rough. I'm so sorry. Worker rights depends a lot on where in the US you live. I see. Hello, Mick, yeah. Hope we're doing good today. I'd say that it's pretty good here in Germany. I think you can go over the 40 hours, but you have to... It has to be, like, written in your contract, and you have to, like, specifically request it. I don't know of any company that has, like, over 40 hours a week. Usually, 40 is the max. But nowadays, a lot of them go under 40. I used to work, what was it, 35 hours? But I had to work 9-hour days 4 times a week. And that was rough. I did not enjoy that. I would rather work less every single day than work 1 day less. That was my condition for reducing my hours. I was like, I do not want to work 8 hours a day or more. Time to move to Germany. Hell yeah. I'd say like most companies are pretty fair. I feel like the pay here, at least in the field that I work in, is very dependent on how well you can sell yourself. Because when I first started working, I made about as much on 40 hours a week as I would do now with 30. And that's kind of sad because that's only like 2 years ago. So I haven't really gotten that much more experience. But it's, I don't know. It's kind of ass. And the pay also isn't super great, at least in the field that I work in. Unless you went to university. University is like the big selling point here. If you went to university, there's a good chance you get just twice as much as other people. You have to go over 40, you have to be approved for overtime. Yeah, that's similar here. But I think like at certain companies, you can request you generally work more than 40 hours a week. And it wouldn't be considered overtime. It would just be considered your normal work time. And you just get more pay. But I don't know why you would ever want to do that unless you really need the money and you don't, you know, want to have any spare time. Any overtime must be pre-approved. Yeah, if I want to go over... I think the way that overtime for me with 30 hours a week works now is that if I go over 39 hours, I automatically have overtime. But I have to go over the normal amount of time, not over my 30 hours. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I'll see how it goes. Random, but I hear Germany has a lot of vegan food options, which is cool too. Yeah, I've been eating how do you say this? I've been on a plant-based diet since I forgot, a couple of years. Because I just wanted to quote-unquote try it out, and then I never stopped trying it out. And I think it's been getting a lot better in terms of like vegan food options, but to be honest, I kind of just stopped buying them as much. I feel like I prefer just fresh meals instead of buying like prepackaged food. And that has been a lot nicer, though they do have a lot of cool vegan, I guess, substitutes. I don't know if that's what you were referring to. Also, hello, Dale Lanky. Hi, bruh. How are you? Also, hello, Kala. Aren't you streaming right now? Hope the stream is good. But yeah, I wasn't actually sure if I was going to stream at all because lately my throat has been hurting a lot. And reading for 5 hours isn't usually very good to help with that. So we'll see how it goes. I also, since work was kind of very stressful I fell asleep immediately after work, and I woke up at like 4:30, and I was like, great, now I have 30 minutes to eat, and then I didn't even feel like eating because I can't eat after I wake up. And then my throat hurt a lot, but it's okay, I'm here now. Vegan substitutes, I don't really use much, but cool that they have. Yeah, they've been, I don't know, thinking of very creative stuff. I saw some vegan spare ribs, whatever they are made of, the other day, and they were like 30 euros for like 365 grams, I think it was, which is tempting just to try it out for like Christmas, but do I want to spend 30 bucks on quote-unquote spare ribs that I've never eaten spare ribs in my life, so I wouldn't know how they even taste. Also, hello Lucas, how are you doing? We're doing good. Maybe you can do sign language instead. I can't. I can't, even if I had a 3D model. I do have a 3D model actually. Even if I was using that, I still can't do it, I'm sorry. I do have tea in the house, I just don't have tea prepared. Because every time I make tea for stream, I neglect to drink it, and then it's cold, and then it doesn't help me anymore. Maybe I'll make some tea during one of the breaks. But yeah, I don't want to keep yapping for too long. I want to get straight into the game, so I don't go blah, 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 and my throat hurts even more. So I'm just gonna switch over so that we can get to reading. What if you just spam hydrate redeems? I guess I'll just have to drink a lot of water. Oh no, horrible, awful. How could you do that to me? It's kind of funny because I've been streaming for like what, over a year now, and I've only realized how like the Twitch ads work last week. I realized that if you don't run the ads every hour, and if you snooze them, that you just turn on pre-rolls. And I didn't realize that until now. And I feel kind of silly, and now I'm very aware of the ads. And it's making me feel a little nervous, because I didn't know that it does that. And yeah, now I know, but I feel really silly for not noticing after over a year. Or, well, only noticing after a year. It's kind of, I don't know, I feel kind of silly. I don't know how that happened. Anyway. Chapter 8. I don't remember if we read the tips or not. Let me just click into it.
そうですか。裏に教会もその鬼ヶ淵死守同盟とかいう同活団体もいないと分かれば、これで安心で。
Didn't we already? Yeah, we already read that. Okay, I'm just gonna continue then. I forgot about this. I forgot that this is where we left off. We're about to tell them to get a grip and start supporting Satoko. Also, this BGM is awesome. I always write them down, but I've never looked them up because I don't want to spoil myself. Thank you, Kala. Kala Mariachi. I hope you also have fun. This... Oh my god, this track is really good. Okay, let me boost it up a bit. Alright, there we go. Excuse me, I have something to say before the meeting starts. They all knew immediately that I was going to say something about Satoko. I guess they weren't just old for show. What does that mean? They're old because of wisdom. Or they have wisdom because they're old. Alright, Keiichi, thank you. Oh, Keiichi-kun.
今日は最終確認だから、私的な話は後にしてもらえるかい？
Today is our final meeting before the festival, so can you bring up your personal issue later? No, it doesn't have time to wait. The most peak point we could return to, yeah. I'm glad that this is how it starts. I ignored him and continued talking.
ミオンや知恵先生を経由しないで直接俺に言えば済むことでしょうが
If you have something to say, just tell me directly. Don't go through Mion or Chie-sensei.
遠回しなのは好きじゃない
I don't like it when people are so indirect. Tell them.
直接やろうじゃないですか
Let's talk face to face. Everyone went quiet. Nobody there wanted to be involved in a conversation about the Hojo
こ
family.
こにいる誰もが北条聡子が今王子に監禁に近い状態に置かれ辛い目に遭っていることを知っている
Everyone here knows that Satoko Hojo is practically being confined by her uncle and suffering at his
ま
hands.
あ積極的に助けないのはいいです
Well, I don't care that you're not proactive about helping
め
her.
んどくさい人も多いだろうし
I'm sure that some of you don't want any
で
trouble.
も俺らは違う
But we're different. We want trouble.
聡子は仲間だ
Satoko is our friend.
仲間を救うために全てを投げ出す覚悟で戦ってる
We're fighting as hard as we can to save our friend from
それを
danger. However,
ケイチ君その話はもちろん知ってるよ
Keiichi-kun, we're all aware of that.
わしらが言いたいのはもう十分に強く言っただろうってことなんだ
All we're saying is that you've done enough to the consultation center by now.
強く言うと何か問題があるんですか
Is there a problem if we continue our appeal?
そりゃあるよ
Of course there is.
あるに決まってんだろ
It's a big problem too. Someone with a stern voice spoke out to me. I like that they don't even get a name. Just senior. Hehe, I had gotten under their
じ
skin.
ゃあ何ですかその問題ってやつをお子様の俺にも分かるように説明してくれませんか
Then what is the problem? Can you explain it so a child like me can understand?
あんなダム戦争みたいな真似事はもうとっくん昔終わってるね
Hello, Aeolus. Hope we're doing good today. The damn conflict ended ages ago.
もうとと組んでお役所に押しかける時代じゃないんよ
The age of banding together and storming public offices is over. The subject wasn't even Satoko anymore. All they had to offer was a bunch of
あん
excuses.
たらの時代の話なんか聞いてねえしダム戦争なんて関係ね
I'm not asking about your past, and the damn conflict has nothing to do with
えこい
this.
つは俺の戦争だ
This is my war.
それに参戦しようってからには俺の敵か味方かはっきりしてもらおうじゃないか
My god, he's serious. So, if you're going to partake in my war, then let's make it clear if you're my enemy or my ally.
どっちなんだてめえら
Ally. Oh my god, I can never differentiate ally and ally. Which is it?
俺の味方かそれとも敵なのか
Are you my allies or my enemies? Listen to the things that come out of this boy's mouth. Young people these days don't know how to be polite. The whole room lit up and started filling with the smell of gunpowder. However, none of my allies let themselves get swept up in the commotion and maintained their harsh stares. Those expressions made me feel as though I had a million supporters behind me. I was standing only as their representative. It wasn't my fight alone. This was everyone's fight. Because of that realization, the fierce looks the old people were giving me didn't intimidate me at all.
ケイチ君
This time, he really does get killed by the whole village.
敵とか味方とかじゃないんだよ
Keiichi-kun, this is not about us being your enemy or not.
確かに村はダム戦争の時にお役所と争った
Our village fought with these officials during the dam conflict.
そして君の言う通りダム戦争はもう関係ない
However, I do understand that this has nothing to do with that.
あれは終わった過去のことだ
The dam conflict is a thing of the past.
あんたらの都合なんか聞いてないです
I don't care what you thought about that.
俺と俺の仲間そして聡子の話をしてます
I'm talking about me, my friends, and Satoko.
ダム戦争の話なんて一言も聞いてない
I never asked you about the dam conflict.
あんた耳鼻科行った方がいいぜ
Ever thought of getting your ears checked, old man? Okay, why is he so rude?
お前年長者に対してなんて口の利き方だ
Why, you. How can you talk to your elders like that?
人生の先輩を何だと心得てるんだ。
You disrespectful little brat.
親の顔が見てみたいな。
I'd like to have a word with your parents. My dad, standing behind me, gave me an apologetic and bitter smile. I forgot that Keiichi dad is also there. Pop off, man.
失礼。
Pardon me.
こんな顔で恐縮です。
I'm his father, you see.
あんた親だろ。
You're his father.
どういう育て方をしてるんだ。
How could you raise him like this?
私は親としては多分失格の部類に入ります。
I guess I'm not a very good parent.
圭一をまっすぐに育ててこれたかどうか、胸を張れるかどうかは分かりません。
I'm not sure if I raised Keiichi the way I was supposed to. My dad paused. In the next moment, however, his expression changed to a glare.
ただ、前原圭一という一人の男がどうしても腑に落ちないことがあると言ってこれだけの面々を相手に訴えている。
However, a single man known as Keiichi Maebara is standing here before all these faces to voice his appeal that something about this doesn't make any sense.
そこには親子関係などない。
I don't care if he's my son or not. Correct answer, maybe. Not the ideal parent? Okay, listen, he's not that great, but in this moment right now, he's pretty cool.
ただ一人の男としての主張があるのみです。
He's only making his assertion as a man. That was very important to clarify, of course.
私の顔がどうだろうとあまり関係はないかと思いますが。
So, I don't think there's really any reason to be talking to me here. Silence filled the room as the old people sat with their mouths agape. Oishi-san broke the silence with laughter, of course.
あなた十分に胸を張ってるじゃないですか。
Detective Delicious himself. Nobody's perfect, exactly. And then there's Kameda, who is everything but perfect. You've got plenty of pride, don't you?
すみません。竜宮レナです。
My name is Rena
質
Ryugu.
問していいですか？
Can I ask something?
ダム戦争はもう終わってるから、私たちが相談所に訴えちゃいけないという論法がわかりません。
I don't understand the logic of how the dam conflict being over becomes a reason we shouldn't make our appeal to the Child Consultation Center.
私たちにもわかるように説明してもらえますか？
Would you explain that to us in detail? I like how careful and how polite she is, and Keiichi just goes all out, of course. Rena's voice remained perfectly level, as though the matter didn't concern her. However, I could see the fury in her eyes. I was probably the only one who noticed that fury. Oh my god, my voice! Ugh! I should have made tea. I'm just gonna keep drinking in between. I'm gonna have a very big gulp moment. The old people seemed like they'd rather deal with her than me.
レイナちゃん、
Not the Reina name.
ダム戦争が終われば村はお役所と戦う理由は何にもねえんだ。
This village has no reason to fight with the government now that the dam conflict is over.
そりゃ戦争中はいろいろと喧嘩をした。
During that time, we did fight them, true.
でも戦争が終わればそれは水に流せる話なんだ。
But after the conflict was over, that's water under the bridge.
で、村はお役所と仲直りをしたんだよ。
So, our village reestablished relations with the government.
南沢は国じゃない。
Yunamizawa is not an individual country.
日本の中にあるちっぽけな村だ。
We're just a small village in
お
Japan.
役所の世話になりながらやっていかなくちゃならない。
The government is taking care of us.
だから村とお役所は仲良くいかなくちゃならねえんだ。
That's why we need to try and get along with them.
そうですね。
You're right.
お役所と仲良くするのは大切なことだと思います。
It is important for a village to have a good relationship with the government. Listen to Reina-chan. She understands us, at least. Maebara's boy ought to learn from her. I heard little bits and pieces from the noise of the crowd.
そうだね。
Yeah, that's definitely
そ
true.
んなわけで
ひなみ沢もお役所との関係を修復しようとダム戦争終結後は協調路線で進めているというわけ。
Hinamizawa has been trying to fix its relationship with the government ever since the dam conflict ended. Exactly, just like Mian-chan said. The old men cheered. However, Shion was the next to open her mouth. Oh my god, Queen, pop off.
そんなこんなで今やお役所と村の町会はべったりです。
That's why the town council and the government officials are best friends now.
年に一度の親睦会である町会の温泉旅行にはお役所から世話人が2人も同行します。
In fact, two officials always come along on the town council's annual hot spring trip. Higurashi time. Hello, Yaya. Hope we're doing good.
私的同行ということになってますが、彼らは出張費をつけて参加してますから立派な公務です。
They get paid to participate too. They get paid? To come to an annual hot spring trip? Man, I wish that was me. Hello, Skip. Hope you're doing good today. Hi, hi.
もちろん旅行代金のほとんどは補助金を交付されてますし、
The trip itself is mostly paid for with tax money, isn't it?
他にもいっぱいですよね。
Oh, and I know so many other things.
新年会忘年会の付け届け、町会のあらゆる催しに対する膨大な援助金。
Wow. Like the donations for the new year and end of year parties, as well as the vast financial aid the town council receives for festivities.
渡流しだってそうですよ。お役所の補助金助成は数百万。
The upcoming Watanagashi is one of them. The government is putting millions of yen into subsidies and aid.
つまり渡流し開催にかかる経費のほとんどはお役所がお金を出しているようなものです。
They're the ones who pretty much pay for the whole festival.
ダム戦争後、渡流しのお祭りとその後の打ち上げは立派に派手になっていく一方、
Ever since the conflict ended, the festival has been getting bigger and bigger.
その裏側にはお役所からの莫大な補助金があったからなわけです。
That's because we're receiving money from the government officials.
だからお役所に嫌われたら渡流しは来年にも幕を閉じるかもしれない。
I love her expression during all of this. You just know she's about to say something unhinged. So, if we get in trouble with them, we might not be able to hold a festival next year.
だから今のひなみ沢はお役所に尻尾を振ってるんですよね、おじいちゃん。
That's why Hinamizawa keeps kissing their asses. Isn't that right, Uncle?
シオンちゃん、
Amazing.
お前なんでそんなことまで知ってるんだ？
How do you know all of that?
たまに私がお姉だったりしてますので。
Of course. She's awesome. I switch places with my sis sometimes.
なんだなんだ
What the hell?
黙って聞いてりゃ妙な話じゃねえかよ。
That's a ridiculous
俺
story.
たちのやってることにケチをつける理由ってやつがさっぱり見えてこないぞ。
I still don't understand why you're against what we're trying to
レ
do.
ナ、ちょいとまとめてくれないか？
Elena, will you sum this up for me?
つまりなんだってんだ？
What are they saying?
うん。
Well,
つまり要約するとお役所の人と癒着してるからご機嫌を損ねられないってことなんだろうね。
well, basically they're colluding with the government officials so they can't risk upsetting them. They are so freaking goated. I love them. The whole room went into a panic after Rana summed it up so simply. Some of them were ashamed that we hit the nail on the head. Some of them were enraged by our ignorance. And some of them were simply angry about our disrespectful attitudes. All of them combined to throw the room into a chaos of chattering and stomping.
静かに、静かに。
Be quiet, be quiet. For almost the entirety of Higurashi never knew which twin was which. You mean like... Well, there were moments where I was really confused, like during the second episode where they switched places, and what was the other one? Episode 5? That one was kind of awful to keep track of, but I feel like aside from that, they haven't really switched around too much, right? Maybe? I don't know. Kind of hard to tell. They all settled down after Kimiyoshi-san raised his voice. By the time they quieted, the mayor had a terrible look on his face.
ケイチ君、お役所と町会の付き合い方は全く別の問題。
Keiichi-kun, the relationship between the town council and the government officials has nothing to do with this.
議題のすり替えもいいとこだよ。
You're just sidestepping the issue yourself.
そんなこと言ってごちゃごちゃにしても意味がない。
There's no point in mixing the two up together. Oh, in the anime. I honestly don't remember too much of Shion in the anime. So it's kind of hard for me to tell. But I was recently thinking about watching the anime after I finished the VN on the Discord server. And I wonder how it was portrayed. I don't really remember any of the friend slop events either. The anime is more so very gruesome, very horror focused, because they have the option to show all those gruesome events that they couldn't show in the VN. So I feel like that's mostly what also stuck with me, which is why I just figured, you know, this is just a horror VN. But playing it now, it's like, man, this is so friend slop, it's crazy. Also, thank you for the hydrate.
いいかい。ひなみ沢はダム戦争の時に大きな勝利を勝ち取ったけど、同時にひなみ沢はトラブルになりやすいというマイナスイメージも強く残したんだ。
Listen, we won our battle against the dam project, but we're all labeled as a nest of troublemakers.
当時はそういうマイナスイメージを逆手に取る戦略を取っていたせいもある。
And yes, we were taking advantage of that image during the conflict.
そしてそれはダム戦争が終わった今となってはひなみ沢にとって大きなマイナスなんだ。
However, now that the conflict is over, that image is working against us badly.
そういうイメージは払拭していかないといけない。
We need to try and repair it.
じゃないと村の未来にとって大きな痛手になっていく長期展望に基づいてるんだよ。
Discord watch party? Yeah, I want to make it a watch along. Since we've been playing this for over a year. It makes sense. Otherwise, this village will have no
わか
future.
るかい？
Do you understand?
敵とか味方とかそういう喧嘩の次元な問題じゃないんだよ。
It's not just about being your enemy, it's much deeper than that.
つまりさ、
In other
ケ
words,
イちゃんたちがみんなで盛り上がると、せっかくいい感じになってきた友好的ムードが台無しになってしまうって言ってるわけだね。
you're saying that if Kei-chan rouses everyone to action, then the friendly atmosphere we've developed will be ruined. The old people nodded as Mion spoke. They were assuming that Mion was on their side.
みーちゃん、友好的ムードって何？
Mi-chan, what do you mean by friendly atmosphere?
村の子が虐待を受けているのを訴えちゃいけないってことなの？
Does that mean we shouldn't seek help for a poor, innocent girl who's being abused? Apparently not. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very gruesome, but fun.
平たく言うと、相談所はしっかり自分たちのペースで頑張ってます。
They're trying to say that the Child Consultation Center is doing their job already.
だから横やりは勘弁してください。
So, they want us to stop interfering.
お役所は立場上、横やりをやめろと強く言えない。
Given their position, the officials can't say leave us alone that
だ
strongly.
から普段たくさん助成金を恵んであげてるんだから、そちらの内部で何とかしてくださいと、そういう話です。
So, they're asking our village to deal with the matter for them, since they're granting us a lot of subsidies.
なんだ、つまりひなみ沢の町会ってのは役所の犬ってわけだな。
Oh, so what you're saying is the town council is the government's lapdog. Rough, rough.
お前言葉さ選ばんかい。
Hey, you. Watch what you're saying.
なんちゅう口の聞き方なんね。
Be a little more respectful, why don't
お
ya?
前らこそよく言葉を選んで答えろ。
Why don't you watch what you're
ま
saying?
さかとは思うが、聡子が旧敵北条家の娘だからとか、そういうことじゃねえよな。
I like that Kala is just associated with being a dog now, even though she's a bunny. I hope you're not refusing to help her just because Satoko is the daughter of the Hojo family.
そんなわけはないよ。
That's not it.
さとこちゃんがどうこうと言ってるわけじゃない。
We're not saying anything about
も
Satoko-chan.
っと対極的な見地から君の陳情を少しこの辺で控えた方がいいんじゃないかって言ってるんだ。
We're just telling you to take a look at the bigger picture and show some more restraint in your appeals.
相談所だって無視してるわけじゃない。
The Child Consultation Center isn't ignoring
先
you.
日大勢で押しかけた君の熱意に最大限の配慮を払ってくれてるんだぞ。
I'm sure they've taken your huge protest into account.
圭一君の伝えたいことはもう十分に伝わっている。
They already understand your point.
これ以上は何も生み出さない。やりすぎだとみんな言ってるんだよ。
We're just saying that you're carrying this way too far.
ケイチくん、私すっごく面白い読み物を見つけたよ。
Keiichi-kun, I just saw something really interesting.
ほら、あそこに額に入ってる筆字の。
See, look at what's in that picture frame over there. Rana pointed at the wall, and everyone followed the direction of her finger. There were very many different picture frames all over the walls of the assembly hall. They mostly had to do with the dam conflict and were usually about glorifying the Onigafuchi guardians. Rana was pointing at a framed article. Kimiyoshi-san wrote it way back when he was the leader of the guardians during the dam
特
conflict.
に真ん中が面白いの。
Look at the middle portion
平和
there.
的かつ民主的な話し合いを求めるも、政府とその傀儡である電源会社総裁はこれを拒否。
We attempted peaceful negotiation, but the government and their marionette, the president of the electric company,
筆
declined.
舌に尽くしがたい極悪非道をもって村民の民主的運動とひなみ沢の郷土を踏みにじったのである。
They have trampled on our village's democratic movement in our native land with indescribable atrocities. She has said her part.
君吉がダム戦争の戦勝記念に書いたものなのです。
That's what Kimiyoshi wrote for the dam conflict
記
memorial.
念碑にも書いてありますですよ。
He wrote the same thing on the monument too. Everyone knew why Rana had brought that up. I could hear them all gulping.
平和的な話し合いを求めるも政府とその傀儡である電源会社総裁
They attempted to negotiate peacefully with the government and its marionette, the electric company.
なんだこれ
What's
そ
this?
の電源会社ってとこひなみ沢町会の間違いじゃねえのか
Are you sure they don't mean the Hinamizawa Town Council instead of the electric
し
company?
かし傀儡って難しい単語だよなここにいる連中も意味が分かってねえんじゃないか
Still, marionette is a difficult term. Do you think the people understand what that means?
誰か説明してやってくれよ
Could someone explain it to me? I like when they act dumb.
傀儡は本来操り人形のことです。
A marionette is like a
転じ
puppet.
て形式上は独立した団体でありながらある特定の団体の言いなりになっている状態を指す言葉として使われます。
It means that while they're supposed to be an independent organization, they're actually being controlled as though they're dancing on strings.
あれなんだかひなみ沢にぴったりっぽい言葉ですよね、おね。
Oh, that sounds like the perfect word to describe Hinamizawa right now.
うん、確かにね。
Yeah, that is perfect.
何じゃ
What are you saying?
なんで傀儡なんて言われたら局長も思いやりもなくなっちまうじゃないのよ
We're not the marionettes. We're just trying to cooperate with them.
そういうのは傀儡なんて言わんへりくつっちゅうんよ
Calling us a puppet is just splitting hairs.
お前らがさっき返事したぞ
But that's what you just
俺
stated.
らにやめろっていうのは里子とは関係ない村の問題だってさっきはっきり返事したぞ
You clearly told us that you want us to stop, not because of Satoko, but for the sake of the village.
村の問題ってのは村と役所の友好的な関係のことだともさっき言ったよな
You said there is an issue because the village needs to maintain a friendly relationship with the government.
今さら記憶にねえとか言うんじゃねえぞ
Don't tell me that you didn't say exactly that.
確かに言った
You did say it,
なあ
didn't you?
うん、聞いた。
I heard
さ
him.
とこちゃんと無関係な理由だと言った。
He said it had nothing to do with Satoko-chan.
ミオ確かひなみ沢には一人のために全体で団結しようっていうのがあるんじゃなかったのか
I love this so much. This is so cool. Hello, Kuro. Get their asses. This is going way better than I thought it would. And they weren't even prepared for this. Mian, I thought there was a saying in this village. Something about how the whole village comes together for one villager.
一人に石を投げられたら二人で石を投げ返す。
If there's one person coming, two should throw rocks at him.
2人に石を投げられたら4人で石を。
If there are 2, 4 would do so.
8人に棒で追われたら16人で追い返せ。
If there are 8, 16 would fight back.
そして1000人が敵ならば村すべてで立ち向かえ。
If there's 1,000, the whole village should stand up and fight.
1人が受けた屈辱は全員が受けたものと思え。
If one person is abused, the whole village is abused. Hell yes. Save her, man.
1人の村人のために全員が結束せよ。
We all work together for that one
そ
villager.
れこそ盤石な死守同盟の結束なり。
That's the unity of the
同
Guardians.
盟の結束は岩より固く、水を通さないダムすらも通さない。
The unity of the Guardians is stronger than
終
rock.
わりの方の部分は当時の同盟会長さんが作った部分だったと思います。
That's what their leader said back in the day. Well, well, well. Mayor Kimiyoshi used to be the head of the Onigafuchi Guardians. He crossed his arms and started to groan. There were many things he wanted to say, but he knew that none of them would make him look good. And so he continued to stay
俺は
silent.
ここに引っ越してきてからミオンやシオンなんかにダム戦争の時の勇ましい話をたくさん聞かされてます。
When I moved here, Mion and Shion told me the valiant story of the conflict.
でもそれはダム戦争の時から始まった5年程度の付け焼き場の団結じゃない。
But that unity didn't just start a few years ago when the dam conflict happened.
戦争が終わってからの辛い時代を乗り越えるために育まれた40年以上にもわたる熱い伝統なんです。
I believe those traditions have been here for over 40 years, ever since Japan lost the war.
だから俺はその時代から団結を育んできた人たちがすげえと思うし尊敬できると思う。
That's why I really respect those who fostered the unity here since that era, and I find them incredible.
そして何よりここの額縁に飾られている死守同盟の男たちの勇ましさが素晴らしいと思う。
And more than anything, I'm impressed by the courage the Onigafuchi Guardians displayed here in this picture frame.
当時はひなみ沢をダム湖に沈めようと政府はあらゆる手で嫌がらせをしてきた。
The government tried to pull many dirty tricks to submerge this village under the
で
water.
もそれを全部跳ね返した。
But the Guardians thwarted every one of them.
そんな男たちが戦ったから今のひなみ沢がある。
Because of the efforts of those men, Hinamizawa is still here today. Why is he only mentioning the men? We know that even Mion and Shion were doing their part, man.
いなかったら今頃ここは固定だ。
If they hadn't done anything, we'd be at the bottom of a lake right
だ
now.
からこうして自然の美しさと村人の団結を誇れる村が今にあることを感謝したい。
So, I'm grateful that this village still exists with its proud unity and beautiful scenery.
そしてそんなひなみ沢に住めることを誇りにしたい。
I'm proud to call myself a resident of
そ
Hinamizawa.
の通りだ。
That's damn right. Higurashi is kind of macho like that sometimes. Yeah, they do that a lot, especially these past few chapters. They've always been talking about, yeah, that's what a man does. You should man up and do that. And oh, the men are so great. And it's like, okay, but what about everyone else that's working equally as hard, man? Someone shouted. It wasn't one of my friends. It was one of the elderly villagers.
だから俺たちは
That's why we fight.
そんなひなみ沢に住んでいるからこそそれを見習わずにはいられないんです。
We fight because we all live together in this village.
一人に石を投げられたら二人で石を投げ返せ。
If there's one person coming, 2 should throw rocks at
二
him.
人に石を投げられたら4人で石を。
If there are 2, 4 would do so.
8人に棒で追われたら16人で追い返せ。
If there are 8, 16 would fight
そし
back.
て1000人が敵ならば村すべてで立ち向かえ。
If there's 1,000, the whole village should stand up and
一
fight.
人が受けた屈辱は全員が受けたものと思え。
If one person is abused, the whole village is
一
abused.
人の村人のために全員が結束せよ。
Get together for one villager.
それこそ盤石な死守同盟の結束なり。
That's the unity of the
北
Guardians.
条聡子は村の一員だ。
Satoku Hojo is one of
そ
us.
してあのおじの野郎がどんなひどいやつかは俺よりみんなの方がよく知っているはずだ。
You all know how horrible her uncle
の
is.
んびりと1ヶ月以上も様子を見てから保護なんてのじゃ間に合わないんだ。
You all know that we can't leave her alone with him for a whole month.
今すぐにもおじの元から救い出さなくてはならない。
We need to save her from her uncle right this minute.
だから主導名の力をもう一度貸してほしい。
We need the power of the Guardians one more
解
time.
散した主導名の魂をもう一度結集させてほしい。
We need the spirits of the Guardians to reunite again. Rena and Mian applauded, and the applause quickly spread to everyone. I saw smiles creeping across the faces of the old people. I can't believe they actually did it. However, they quickly wiped away those smiles and started discussing with their neighbors.
確かにケイチ君の言う通りだ。
The fight is not over. Keiichi-kun is
役
right.
所の言いなりなんてひなみ沢らしくないぞ。
It's not like Hinamizawa has to obey the government all of the
で
time.
もダム戦争はもう終わったんだぞ。
But the damn conflict is over now.
お役所にもいろいろ世話になってるし。
The government officials are taking care of us too.
知らんかったよ。
I wasn't aware of
う
that.
ちの町会はそんなに役所に便宜を図ってらっとんか。
Are they really supporting us that much?
いえ、そもそも私は個人的には前原の坊主の言うのは正しいと思うんです。
Well, on a personal level, I agree with that, with what Mayabara's boy is saying.
俺は町会のやり方は好かんな。
I can't approve of how the town council is
ケ
operating.
イチ君は正しい。
Keiichi-kun is right.
役所の言いなりで圧力をかけるなんてみっともない。
The village can't put pressure on him just because the government is telling us to do so.
なんじゃ。
Maibara no Bozu. It's really good. Mr. Mayor.
原君に協力できんまでにも自粛を求めるのはわしらの本質ではない気がするな。
I like this voice actor. It's kind of really convincing old person. We might not be able to support Keiichi-kun, but I also don't think we have the right to tell him to stop.
俺は前原の坊主が言うのは気に入らん。
I don't like this Maibara boy's attitude.
年長者への礼儀を書きすぎてる。
He's way too disrespectful.
だいたいおめえそんな口の利き方でまかり通ると思ったんか。
You think you can get away with talking to us like that? Three scary old guys came up to yell at me. I raised my own voice and yelled right back in their faces.
口の聞き方の問題じゃない。
It's not about my attitude.
魂の問題だ。
It's about the soul of this village.
村の一員のために立ち上がれない腰抜けは引っ込んでろ。
The way he's actually yelling at them. Get out of here if you don't have the courage to stand up for one innocent villager.
何を言うか生意気だ。
How dare you speak to me that way? The big old guy smacked me upside the head. What the hell? Hello?
何をしやがる。
What do you think you're doing? I hit him right back, and the room went what? Into a panic again. What's happening? Rena approached us. My favorite part. Why did I know that this might have been it? I thought she'd come to stop me, but she suddenly hit the old guy in the head too.
No.
What?
何をするんか。
What are you doing? She's awesome. I love her.
女だと思って手加減されると思うな。
Don't think you can get away with this just because you're a girl. He thwacked Rena upside the head. What the fuck is happening? They can't be hitting kids. That smile. However, Rena talked back to him with a firm look in her eyes.
一人が叩かれたら二人で叩き返そう。
If one comes at you, two should fight
そ
back.
れがひなみ沢の魂じゃなかったっけ？
Isn't that the spirit of Hinamizawa?
そしてレナさんを叩くというなら
Hell
こちらは
fucking
4人で
yes.
お相手しなくてはなりませんね。
Queen! Since you hit Rena-san, four of us need to retaliate.
私も立ちましょう。
Let me in on
ケイ
this.
チ、父さんも立つぞ。
Keiichi, your father's going to fight too.
お前の言うのは正しい。
Everything you've said is right.
それを暴力で潰そうというなら、父さんはお前の敵に容赦をしない。
If they're going to try and stop you with violence, I won't turn a blind eye to that.
圭一の前に立ちふさがっているのは三人のようなのです。
There are three people blocking Keiichi's way. Hell yeah, Rika, get in there. They won't hit her. She's basically Oyashiro-sama. I can't imagine Irie throwing a punch. I feel like he'd break his fist immediately on impact.
ならこちらは6人立たないといけませんです。
We need 6 people to fight them.
リカちゃま。
リカちゃまにしては威勢がいいじゃないですか。
I'm impressed to see that courage of yours, Rika-chama.
私も付き合いますよ。
Let me in too.
私も前原くんに味方させていただきます。
I too will be taking his side. Chie-sensei stood up. I thought she had given up under all that pressure.
対極的な見地という言葉に私は生徒を見殺しにするところでした。
I was almost going to neglect my
生
student.
徒のためにはこの身など惜しくないと思っていながら私は自分の微妙な立場を優先してしまった。
I prioritized myself even though I thought I'd do anything for them. Just a bunch of girly pops beating up a bunch of oldies. I love this. This is awesome. I did not expect them to actually get into a fight. But I'm all here for it.
自分を恥じます。
I'm ashamed to call myself a teacher. Wearing a fierce expression, she stared at the mayor. That was her answer to the pressure he tried to put on her.
シエ先生。
確かに教育者として行き過ぎた行動もあったかと思います。
I think that I overstepped my bounds as an
で
educator.
すが、さとこちゃんを救おうとする前原くんのやっていることはとても正しいことです。
However, what Maebara-kun is doing is the right
私
thing.
は教育者として正しい行いは正しいと認めてあげなくてはならない。
As an educator, I have to acknowledge the fact that he's doing something
だ
right.
から前原くんにもうやめてくださいなんて言えないんです。
I can no longer tell him to stop.
先生のお墨付きまでもらえりゃもう誰にもはばかられることはね
That's very cute. If I have your support, Chie-sensei, then I have nothing to
え。
fear.
さてもう一度全員に聞くぜ。
Let me ask you people one more time.
お役所との馴れ合いと村の一員を助けるのとどっちが大事かはっきりとさせろ。
Is it more important to stay cozy with the officials than it is to save the life of one poor innocent villager?
聞くまでもないよ、ケイちゃん。
You don't even need to ask them,
ここ
Kei-chan.
はただの集会所じゃない。
This is no ordinary assembly
元
hall.
は鬼ヶ淵獅子同盟の本部事務所だった。
This used to be the headquarters of the Onigafuchi
そして
Guardians.
ここにいるのは同盟当時の幹部ばかり。
The people here were all members of the Guardians
獅
once.
子同盟の魂を忘れた人間がこの元事務所の敷居をまたげるわけがない。
Nobody without their spirit would ever come to a place like this.
ミオンちゃん。
村長、
Mr.
ケイ
Mayor,
ちゃんのやっていることはひなみ沢の魂を体現してる。
I find it kind of interesting that Mion is calling Kimiyoshi Mr. Mayor instead of Uncle Kimiyoshi like she used to. Same with Shion, I think. Kei-chan's actions are embodying the spirit of
あらゆ
Hinamizawa.
る逆風にくじけず戦おうとする姿勢は鬼ヶ淵獅子同盟の心意気そのもの。
The way he's trying to fight without fear is exactly what the Onigafuchi Guardians were doing.
私は懲戒名で彼の陳情に自粛を求めるのは恥ずかしい真似だと思う。
I think it's shameful for this town council to tell him to stop.
それでもなお自粛を求めるなら
If you're still going to ask him to back off,
私は今この場で獅子同盟の記念写真の額縁をすべて割り同盟旗を焼き捨てる。
pop off! I'm going to smash all of these pictures on the wall and set fire to the flag of the Guardians. While the mayor did nothing but moan, somebody else raised his voice.
わしは前原君を支持するぞ。
I'm going to support Maebara-kun.
血は悪いが魂は間違ってない。
He may be disrespectful, but he has the right spirit.
同感。
I agree.
役所と対等に渡り合うならともかく慣れ合いなんて恥ずかしいぞまったく。
It's pathetic the way we're colluding with these government officials.
圭一君、気にすることなんかないぞ。よりより。
Keiichi-kun, don't worry about what anyone else thinks. Keep on
圧
fighting.
力なんかに屈するな。
Don't give in to the pressure. The assembly hall instantly filled with a great round of applause.
前原君、せっかくだから状況がどんな感じか説明してくれ。
Maebara-kun, tell us what's going on so far.
はい。
Very well. That'll have to wait until after the ad break, since there's gonna be one in 2 minutes, and I don't know how much longer they're gonna yell at each other, but I think we have almost convinced them? Seems pretty good. But I feel like, what if they just get stomped on by Oryo? She's not here today, but she is technically big mafia boss lady. So I wonder how that's gonna go. We'll see. All right, I'm gonna take a quick little break. You should stretch and drink water, all that stuff. I'll do the same. Yeah, I'll be back in like 3 minutes. Level 100 mafia boss. It's just Oryo. We haven't seen her in a while, to be honest. Well, I didn't check if she had a sprite the last time we had like her talking to someone on the phone. Maybe we could have seen her. Anyway, I'll be right back. Meow meow, I made it back. Oh my god, I moved my desk up and now it's a little bit too high up. Hold on. Now it's better. Okay.
サトコが叔父に誘拐同然に連れ戻された初日にすぐ千恵先生が北条家を訪問。
Thank you. Welcome back to YouTube. Very well. On the day Satoko was kidnapped by her uncle, Chie-sensei visited her house.
面会を拒絶され、明らかに異常な状況となりました。
However, he refused to let Chie see her, and it was obvious that something unusual was going
千恵
on.
先生は生徒の安全第一ですぐに相談所へ連絡しました。
Chie-sensei called the child consultation center right after that.
その晩、相談所の人間が訪問して聞き取りをしましたが、
That night, a social worker visited her
虐
house.
待の事実なし、当分は様子見との判断が出ました。
However, they determined that there was no abuse going on, and they put her case on hold. Hello, Kato. Hope you're doing good today.
慎重な対応だとは思いますが、あの叔父の暴力性を相談所は適切に認識しているとは思えません。
This might be a normal way to handle the situation, but they don't know how dangerous that uncle is. Oh,
その
the...
ため、ケイちゃんを代表に翌日、5名で相談所に行き、緊急性と即時対応を求めました。
The redeem is still broken. I wonder why sometimes it will display menu item. I must have put in something wrong. I wanted to check that last time and then I forgot. For that reason, the 5 of us went to the child consultation center to let them know how urgent it was that she be rescued.
でも慎重に様子を見たいと言って取り合ってもらえませんでした。
They said they'd take that into consideration, but they still didn't take action after that.
それで私たちは5人ではアピールが足りなかったと思い、翌日にはクラス全体の20人以上で押しかけました。
I thought the fight was longer. It's been a while for sure. Still a very fun scene nonetheless. Yeah, it was a very good scene. I was surprised by how quickly they were able to convince them, but you know, they did their best, and in the end, somehow they all beat each other up. Amazing stuff. We thought 5 of us was not enough, so the next day we went there along with more than 20 of our classmates.
よくクラス全部をまとめたな。
You took the whole class?
歴史に残るケイちゃんの名演説がありました。
Hei-chan gave a very moving speech.
仲間を救え、見殺しにするなって。もうみんな盛り上がっちゃって。
He told them that they had to save their friend and not abandon
ケ
her.
イちゃんがダム戦争の時にいたら、運動はもっと盛り上がって、もう1年は早くダムを頓挫できたかもです。
If he was here during the dam conflict, I'm sure his charisma could have resolved it a year earlier. Honestly, real.
確かに前原の坊主の威勢の良さならわかるな。
We all know too well how spirited this lad
で
is.
も2日目もそれほど熱心に聞いてはもらえませんでした。
The consultation center was still not willing to listen to us on the second
ほとん
day.
ど効果なし。
We made almost no
慎
progress.
重に対応するの一点張りです。
All they told us was that they were working on it.
いや、圭一君。
No, Keiichi-kun,
効果はかなりあったんだぞ。
you did make progress.
だってそれで役所はビビって自治を経由して町会に様子を伺ってきたんだもんな。
They were so intimidated, they asked someone from the local government to check on our town council.
圧力がかかり始めたってことは、圭一君の圧力に向こうが値を上げ始めた証拠でもあるからな。
The fact that they tried to pressure us into stopping you meant what you did was working.
変わっててるぞ。
You made progress. I see. I guess you could look at it like that. If they weren't scared of us, they wouldn't have acted that
それ
way.
で3日目の今日は友達や知り合いにみんな声をかけて60人の規模で押しかけました。
On the third day, we called all our friends and gathered 60 people.
今度は相談所の所長が直接話を聞いてくれました。
This time we got to meet the head of the office.
耳を傾けてくれたとは思うのですが、対応をどうするかは即答を避けられました。
He listened to us, but he didn't say what the decision would be. Yeah, and the tip that we read, I think they were just like, well, you know, since the Hinamizawa town isn't technically behind these kids, they're not really gonna do anything, and they're just gonna wait out the 1 month period that they gave her. But by that time, I think things would have ended very badly.
圭一君、実はな。
Keiichi-kun, to tell you the truth,
その時には町会と話がついていて、町会側は前原君に自粛を要請することになってたんだ。
at that point, the council had already spoken to the officials and had made our decision to stop you.
相談所側は裏に村の後ろ盾がないことを確認して、君たちの陳情は聞き流すってことになってたはずだ。
What could possibly go wrong? Unfortunately, we've already seen what could possibly go wrong once in episode 3. Very awful stuff. After the Child Consultation Center confirmed that the whole village wasn't involved in the protest, they decided to just ignore your appeal.
そうでしょうね。
I'm gonna share something about the anime. Go off. That's what I
先
thought.
方の受け答えからそんな雰囲気を感じてました。
I could feel that from the way the head of the office treated us.
裏ですでに決着がついているから、この場だけやり過ごそうという雰囲気が少し見え隠れしていましたので。
It was obvious that they were just trying to get it over with.
明日ももちろん訴えに行くつもりだけど、話を聞いてもらえるのかな。
We're planning to go there tomorrow too, but I wonder if they'll even pretend to listen.
相談所は村の内部で話をつけてもらえたものと思ってるから、私たちを相手にしないだろうね。
They might not even let us in because they think the village is pressuring us to stop.
ですね。
That'd be so fucked up to not even hear them out. Friendship is magic, and that will surely solve everything, right? I'm still feeling semi-hopeful for this particular episode. We'll see how it goes by the end. I'm scared because there's one whole episode still left to go, and I wonder if that's not going to be another loop, you know? I vaguely remember them adapting a scene similar to this one in the second season, and I remember being weirded out by how charismatic Keiichi was, because they didn't really adapt a lot of the hangout moments in the first season. Something I wanted to share about how the characterization is slightly different in the adaptations. Yeah, I feel like in the anime they left out a lot of the friendship segments, let's just call it that. The hangout moments, they didn't really have them. Which is why, like, for me, Higurashi was always this really fucked up, gory, creepy anime, and that was all that there was to it. I didn't really remember anything else from it. So when I started playing the VN and I was like, why is there so many hangout moments and why are they all so silly? It genuinely was because I did not remember any of that happening in the anime. I think they had some of those moments, but very few. I think more so they had a lot of different animations that they made, and some of them are more silly than others, and I think that's how they tried to implement the hangout moments later on. But the first season of Higurashi for sure did not have very many of those moments. Also, hello Mika. Hope you're doing good today.
町会は自分たちの味方だと思っていますから。
Yeah, they think that the village is on their side.
町会は圭一を支持することを明確にしてくれないと困りますです。
The village needs to publicly announce that they're supporting Keiichi.
ですね。
I agree.
そうでないと今後の陳情が門前払いにされてしまいます。
Otherwise, they definitely won't listen to us again.
いいじゃないか村長。
We should do that.
前原君のやってることに町会は関与しないってはっきり言ってやれ。
We should tell them that Hinamizawa is not going to stop Maebara-kun from what he's doing. Can they just do that without Orio's approval? I kind of doubt that.
そりゃな、私も個人的にはケイチ君に文句をつけたくはないんだが。
Personally, I don't want to complain about Keiichi-kun's
町
actions.
会としての立場だと微妙だな。
However, it's complicated when I think about it from the town council's point of
た
view.
とえ中立の宣言にしたって、現在の状況ではケイチ君に肩入れするのと同じ状況だ。
Even if we tell them that we're not on either side, they'll think that we're on his side.
それは支持表明と変わらない。
That's tantamount to picking a fight with them. I get to watch today instead of being at work. Hell yeah! Are you off today? My vacation starts next Thursday, theoretically. Except that on Thursday, I'll be going to a musical that my employer, quote-unquote, gifted to the whole company. It's gonna be exhausting. Apparently, they invited the whole company, and then everyone was allowed to bring like one other person at least. So it's gonna be 1.5k people in total. And that's just people from my company and acquaintances. So that's gonna be a lot. So I think I'm gonna be dead on Friday. I don't know if I'll get to stream that day. Maybe I'll just move it to Saturday instead. I think I have to have a whole rest day after spending that much time with that many people. Since I'll be there until like the evening. But then Friday I'm off. That's my first official day off until the second week of January or something like that. It's my day off today. I hope you enjoy it. Relax. And do something that is very fun for you. Yeah, the musical is gonna be fun, hopefully. I haven't been to one in a very long time. It's a Friday night, hell yeah! Oh yeah, right, your time zone is ahead of mine. Yes, exactly. It's okay. I'll survive somehow. I'll report back on Friday. It's gonna be okay because I get to drive to the musical myself. They'll have like buses to drive everyone from work and their acquaintances there. I think it's gonna be like 25 buses in total. But I'm just gonna go home and take the train because I don't feel like taking a bus with however many people are gonna be on that bus. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot more manageable. I just have to somehow endure 1.5k people during the musical. It's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna treat them as strangers. Maybe I should just sleep. You know what? That's also a fair point. I think it's pretty late for you, isn't it? I should really get me some gloves, my poor fingies, because of the cold? Or what exactly? It's been really cold here the past few weeks, but this week has been kind of warm-ish. It's just kind of really windy outside. But then it's like 10 degrees Celsius and it's kind of okay. It hasn't snowed here since the first time it snowed and it's kind of sad. I want it to snow. If it's gonna be kind of shitty ass weather, then I want it to at least snow. Almost 2 a.m. Kuro, maybe you should sleep. It's been so cold the past few days here. What is cold for you in Florida? 30 degrees Celsius. It's been so cold and foggy here as well. Yeah, it's been foggy like almost the entirety of December and November, honestly. It's kind of sad. I don't mind it too much. I don't get seasonal depression, I wouldn't say. If anything, I feel slightly worse during summer, but that's because of the insects and the heat. But I feel like the weather being like cloudy and whatnot doesn't really affect me that much, thankfully. I think it's kind of cozy, actually. If only it would snow, too. 1.6 degrees Celsius today. Hold on, let me check. What is it here? Let me check. It is 5 here right now. That's not too bad. Though earlier, before I fell asleep, I opened my window completely and then I left and closed the door too. And when I came in here to turn on my PC, it was so fucking cold in here. 70 degrees Celsius at night. That's pretty cold actually. Hot and rainy. Amadis, is it ever cold for you where you are? I feel like it isn't, right? It's always hot. Freezing in my hoodie. Why don't you have like a jacket? You should get a jacket. Florida pride. Hello, Zazzle. Hope we're doing good today. 15 degrees Celsius is like a cold summer day here. Or not cold even, like an okay summer day here. But yeah, I get it. If that's not what you're used to and you're not really prepared for it, then it's kind of cold, yeah. Did I read that? Yeah, we did. It does get cold for me. June and July are pretty cold. Interesting. Okay. I don't own anything heavier than a hoodie or zipper hoodie. That is crazy to me. I have like very thick winter jackets. I have a million jackets actually. I kind of need to get rid of some of them because a lot of them are kind of beat up and don't look good anymore, but I don't know, I get kind of sentimental with clothes and I'm like, man, I spent money on this and I feel like I didn't get to wear it much, and so I never throw it out and I just keep it in a box for all eternity and never wear it. Can't really tolerate the cold all that much. Yeah, for me it's the exact opposite, but you know, people have their preferences. I genuinely dislike the heat. It makes me very uncomfortable, unfortunately. Also, hello, Noelle. Hi, we're doing good today. I have one winter jacket I've been using for the past 6 years. Yeah, I bought one, I don't know, last year? 2 years ago? And I forgot that I had it. And then the other day I went to shop for a jacket. Thankfully, I didn't buy one. Because when I came back home and I checked my box full of jackets again, I was like, wait a second, I have this really, really good winter jacket. And so I've been using it ever since then. And I think I'll continue using it until it breaks. It's really good. Hello, Shavix. Hi, hope you're doing good today. You don't observe daylight savings here because it's way too hot here. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we currently have daylight savings and I don't know. It doesn't really do anything for me personally. When I drive to work, it's dark. When I go home, it's dark. It's just dark all the time. It's really, I don't know. Maybe it's different in other parts of Germany, but here there's really no difference to how my day is. And I feel like the same is true for other people who wake up that early and then go home the same time. It's kind of sad. Travel to Europe during the winter to see snow, because that'd be a first for me. I wonder what place would be the best to go to if you wanted to see snow during winter. I don't know. How is Austria, Skip? Do you have a lot of snow? I feel like you guys do, right? Don't people from Germany go there to have like a proper, God, what is it called? Schlittschuh? What is Schlittschuh called? Not Schlittschuh. Wait, fuck, what is it called? The thing. Yeah, skiing. Ski. I don't know why I was thinking of Schlittschuh. You can do that anywhere. Really says a lot about life. So true, Rice. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good, thank you. My hometown has a lot of snow, but Vienna doesn't. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I kind of want to visit Austria at some point, because one of my coworkers also recommended me to go skiing at some point in my life, because I've never done that. I think I would enjoy it, or at least the scenery in those places, you know? Have a nice stay at a wood cabin. It's gonna be really cozy. You see snow everywhere and you're scared. Being out in the middle of nowhere. I kind of want to do that. Kind of prefer heat, or maybe that's just because I'm more used to it. It's probably a thing of getting used to it. I prefer the cold because it's usually cold here during the entire year. I don't know. The one time that I was in Venezuela was horrifying. Or, well, I was there multiple times, but the last time that I remember was kind of awful. It was so different to Germany. I hated it. The sun sets at 5 p.m. for them during the winter, and that was so crazy to me. It starts setting here. Yeah, like Rising said, there's a day in Germany where it sets at 4 p.m. Like, when I drive home around 4 p.m., it's already dark as hell. But yeah, by 5 p.m. for sure, the sun is gone. Also, hello Zam, and bye Zam. Good luck at work. Finland, Denmark, or the French Alps, anything with a mountain, to be honest, or the Nordic countries in EU for snowy winters. Yeah, I have to check and maybe go somewhere. Skiing is fun, but also dangerous, so please take care. Yeah, I feel like I'd hurt myself. I've hurt myself during Klitschufan. I still don't know what the English word for that would be. Ice skating? Ice skating, I think it is. And I hurt my back pretty badly when I did that, so I feel like skiing would probably also kill me. Looking to purchase Neuschwanstein. I will start the bidding at $80 US. What is Neuschwanstein? I don't know what that is. Yeah, if I want to feel warm and feel sleepy, I get that the warmth will make you feel sleepy. I have like a heating blanket that I used to sleep with because I don't know, it's sleepiness inducing, I suppose. It's been so long since I went ice skating. I haven't been since the last time I injured myself doing that. So, we have a 2-story ice rink in front of our town hall in Vienna. It's super pretty. That is really cool. We have one in the city that I grew up in, but it's very small. And it's only, I mean, obviously it's only open during the winter, but the last time that I went, it was incredibly overfilled and it was kind of hard to do anything, which is probably also why I hurt myself, because I, as a beginner, couldn't really hold on to the railing. So I just kind of slipped and fell. The last time was when I was a kid. I mean, it's nice when you get to do it as a kid. I did it the first time when I was a teen. I feel like by that point it was kind of too late. You fall pretty far when you're taller. 2-story ring sounds awesome. I went every weekend growing up, but now I probably haven't been in around 10-ish years. That's a long time, but yeah. Actually, I say that that's a long time, but I think the last time I went was also around 10 years ago, so, You have little puppets to hold on to for beginners and kids. Oh, that's really nice. I think I've seen that in, like, movies and stuff, but we don't have that where I am from. They only have, like, a railing that you can hold on to, but no... At least not for beginners. I don't know if they had that for kids. I didn't see any kids when I was there the last time. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I kind of want to go again, but I think the fear of me falling is too big. I'm afraid. Yeah, it was not good. Hey, maybe if I go the next time, it'll be better. I don't want to go this year though. Maybe next year. Anyway, I don't know how we started talking about that. I forgot. I forgot what they were talking about in the game, actually. Blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, they're unsure on how to officially support them, even if they agree with them. I still have to respect the opinion of the council, too. I can't just decide this on my own. I need to get approval from all the council members. I think that also includes Oryo, and she's probably gonna say no.
今日のメンバーで役員の大方は揃ってますよ、おじいちゃん。
Thank you for the 1 bit. I appreciate it, Shavix. How did I learn ice skating? I don't remember. Good question. If it's constantly hot where you are from, I don't know, do they have that in other countries too, where it's constantly hot? I guess they do. I don't know. Maybe they have like artificial snow, or they can... I don't know. How does it work? Maybe they can cool it down enough for it to not melt. I have no idea, actually. I don't even know if they don't use real... How do they even get the ice in there? I have never questioned that in my life. I know that they have like machines for that, but I never watched them actually do it, you know? We have an ice rink too. That makes sense. There's probably a way to do that, even if it's hot as hell. Never get snow. I never tried ice skating because I was too scared, never understood how people balance with the skates. I was never able to do the balancing by myself. I always had to hold on to something. I don't know how people do it without it. When I tried to, I immediately slipped, so... They might freeze water. They have pipes and pour water on them. Oh yeah, that makes sense, because yes, you need to freeze water, but I was thinking of how they would do it so the water stays constantly cold, because you can't have the water just suddenly melting, you know? So they have to have some kind of thing to keep it constantly cold and at a specific temperature. So yeah, pipes make sense. Probably have some kind of cooling liquid in there, something like that. The inside ones, they'll have like a concrete base that they pour a water solution on and freeze. In the United States, some of the professional sports stadiums are shared between both hockey and basketball, and it's really cool to watch them swap it back and forth. It's interesting. I kind of want to watch how they do it. Maybe if I remember, I'll do it after stream. There's a machine to regularly maintain it. That's pretty cool. I mean, even if it's like a small ice rink like we have, I think it's pretty cool that they're able to do that. It's just, I was always confused why they only do it during the winter. I mean, maybe that's when most people are like in the mood for it and they wouldn't really get any people going there outside of, you know, Christmas time. But I feel like I'd like to go there during the summer, for example. It'd be nice and cool in there, I'd assume. Most of them are here right now. So you say, but... Let's just be honest here. You're afraid that there are some among you who are against saving the daughter of the Hojo family, aren't you? The whole room sunk into silence. That was the heart of the matter. Everyone thinks that the dam conflict is over. You all told us that a few minutes ago. You also think that there's no need to discriminate against the Hojo family now that everything is said and done. However, you're still afraid of her family.
北条家の人間と接触があるとささやかれると、村の中でどんな噂が立てられるかわからないという怯えは皆さんの中に未だあるはずです。
You're afraid that you'll be bad-mouthed if you interact with the Hojo family.
さとこちゃんのご両親は確かに立ち退き派のリーダーだったかもしれないけど、さとこちゃんにどんな罪があるんですか?
Oh, okay. They talked about this last time, but she used a very neutral word, I suppose. Because they would always refer to Satoko's parents as the dam project supporters or something like that, which made it sound very evil, and they talked about that last time. But Rana is like purposefully using evacuation supporters to make it sound more neutral? That's really cool. But Satoko-chan's parents were indeed the leaders of the evacuation supporters, but what crime did Satoko-chan herself commit?
わしは別にさとこちゃん個人はどうとも思ってないぞ。
Personally, I don't have anything against her. How could you? She's a kid! She didn't do anything wrong. Waiting for one of the old guys to say, huh, children inherit the crimes of their parents. Yeah, honestly, I feel like there's probably some that would say that, and it's kind of weird that no one has said that before as like a valid reason to still hate her. But they'd probably find a way to debunk that anyway. The big one holding a grudge is probably Oryo, yeah. I think they're not saying her name, but I think everyone is thinking of her. If everyone else was here, the only one missing would be Oryo. And maybe a few other small fries that no one cares about.
他の人が
But other people do.
いや、俺もどうとも思ってないよ。
I don't have anything against her either.
ダム戦争はもう終わってるし、事故ってことである種のけじめもついてるだろう。
The conflict is over and her parents also passed away.
俺もどうとも思ってないよ。
I don't hate her either.
でも毛嫌いしてる人も未だにいるみたいだしな。
But I know there are some people who still do. Yeah.
私から一言言います。
Let me ask you this.
さとこのことが嫌いな人は手を挙げてください。
If you hate Satoko, please raise your
多
hand.
分いないはずです。
I'm sure no one
な
will.
のに誰もが北条家のさとこに関わると後ろ指を刺されると信じてる。
Yet you all still believe that interacting with her will make others speak ill of you.
ところがですね、いないんですよ。
However, no one's going
そ
to.
んな人は。
There is nobody like that.
いないなんてことはないぞ。
No, that can't be true.
いるよ、そういう人は。
There's one person at least.
なら、名前を教えてください。
Then tell me who it is.
友達の友達から聞いたなんて話はなしで。
Tell me who told you directly that they hate Satoko. The room fell silent again. It had become obvious that they were all avoiding Satoko because of a huge
このまま
misunderstanding.
だと俺たちが何をやっても相談所は聞いてくれません。
The Child Consultation Center won't do anything, no matter what we do. Take care, Aeolus. Thank you for being here. Have a good rest of your day. The Child Consultation Center won't do anything no matter what we
教会
do.
が味方してくれてると思ってますから。
They're convinced that the town council is on their side.
俺たちは教会が立場をはっきりしてくれなければ戦いを続けられない。
We won't be able to fight until the council makes it clear that they're not supporting them.
君吉、ひょっとしてある人の許しが欲しいのではないですか？
Kimiyoshi, by any chance, do you need approval from someone?
あいたたたた。
Ouch.
リカちゃまは痛いところをつくね。
You're right on the money with that one. The mayor forced out a smile. I had no idea what Rika-chan was talking about, but she must have hit the nail on the head. Who could it be, though? Who was that someone? If I could persuade them, the village would end up supporting us.
ひょっとして鬼ババ？
Onibaba? Are you talking about my hag of a grandmother?
君吉家としては北条家の遺恨はもう水に流したつもりだ。
The Kimiyoshi family has forgiven the Hojo family.
で家もそうだね。
The Furude family has done the same, right? I mean, how could you even ask that, man? It's only her left, and she has lived with Satoko for over a year.
僕も御三家の当主なのです。
I'm one of the leaders of the three families, too. Hinamizawa has three powerful families who make all decisions for the village. That's been a tradition since the time of the Onigafuchi village. It's kind of an old tradition, but this was a road we couldn't avoid. Have a good night, Kuro. Sleep well. Thank you.
となると、あとは園崎家の当主だけってことになるな。
So all we need is approval from the Sonozaki
御三家
family.
で一番でかくて、実際は牛耳ってるって聞いてるんだが。
I've heard that they have the most power among the three. Everyone knew that, but it was taboo to speak it. It's something only I could say since I didn't have the ties they did.
ということは、みーちゃんのおばあちゃんも説得できれば、ひなみ沢の町会は私たちを支持するとはっきり表明してくれる？
If we can persuade Mi-chan's grandmother, will the town council support us?
どうなんだい、ミヨンちゃん。
What do you think, Mion-chan?
まあそりゃあ私もバッチャと喧嘩なんかしたくないです。
She's gonna get her fingernails ripped the fuck out. I don't want to fight with Granny.
ですがバッチャ以外が全部決着しててバッチャ一人だけの問題でサトコが救えるってんなら戦います。
But if she's standing between Satoko and safety, I'll have
園
to.
崎家の次期当主だからじゃない。
I won't be fighting as the next head of the family.
サトコという部員を持つ我が部の部長としてクラスの委員長として友人として戦います。
I'll be fighting as Satoko's friend.
村長さん、約
Kimiyoshi-san,
束してくれ。
please
ミ
promise.
オンのばあさんを説得できたら、町会は俺たちを支持してくれるんだな。
If we persuade Mion's grandmother, will we have the council's support?
そりゃもちろんさ。
Of course.
御三家当主の統一見解なら町会は誰も文句は言わないよ。
No one would complain if it was the decision of the three families.
要約すると、ここにいる連中はみんなミオンのばあさんが怖いから嫌だって言ってるわけだな。
Let me get this straight. You're all refusing to help because you're afraid of Mion's grandmother, right? Kind of crazy how much power Oryo has over these people.
いい年して情けない連中だぜ、まったく。
We are all grown adults. Good grief.
いや、そうは言おうがな、前原の坊主。
That's what you say.
お嬢さんは怖いぞ。
But isn't Oryo-san terrifying?
そんなことないよ。
That's not true.
レナはみーちゃんのおばあちゃんはよく知ってる。
I know Mi-chan's grandmother very
も
well.
ちろん怖いところもよく知ってるけど、それでも大したことないね。
Sure, she has a scary side, but she's not that bad. She only lets people rip off her granddaughter's fingernails. No biggie.
怒った圭一くんの方がその倍は怖いから。
Keiichi-kun is scarier than her when he's hangry.
怒ったレナは
Angry?
そ
Angry?
の俺の倍怖いけどな。
Yeah, and Rena is even scarier than me.
よし、わかった。
Alright.
俺たちがミオンのばあさんを説得する。
I'm going to persuade Mion's grandmother.
そしたら町会は俺を支持してくれ。
Support us when we
い
succeed.
や、支持なんて生ぬるいぜ。ここまでバチバチやり合ったんだ。
Actually, don't just quietly support us
い
either.
っそ徹底的に協力してもらうぜ。
I'm expecting you guys to take action too.
協力ってなんだい？
What do you mean by that?
鬼ヶ淵死守同盟が再結集して戦おうと言うんです。
We want the Onigafuchi Guardians to reunite.
仮にも同盟の名を持つ抗議運動を子供たちだけに任せるおつもりですか？
Are you going to let us kids do all the protesting? Why is idiot considering himself as... What? He's not a kid anymore. He's a full-grown adult.
わしらも出るってことか？
You want us to protest too?
さすがにそこまでは。
We can't do that.
当然だろ。
We should do that.
役所にうちは敵に回るって宣言するんだぞ。
We're going to tell those officials that we're going to fight against them.
あれならとことんだ。
We need to do everything we can.
ひなみ沢連合町会名で圭一君を支持することになれば、町会は態度をはっきりさせる必要がある。
I bet one of the old guys is just thinking, man, I could really go for some protesting right now, finally. It's kind of lucky that all of these, old people from back in the days are still alive and that they're willing to support them for the sake of probably nostalgia, honestly, and pride and all of that. If they weren't even alive anymore, I feel like they'd have a harder time getting newer, younger people who didn't really go through all of that to join them. But since these people were all part of the Onigafuchi Guardians, they kind of have an easy time. But the good thing is they have the next generation basically going through the same thing, so they're just gonna, hopefully be able to support the future generations in their demeanors. If we're going to support Keiichi-kun on behalf of the whole village, we need to make things clear to
そ
them.
れに支持を表明して協力はしないでは筋が通らん。
You have to support these kids if we're going to be on their side.
教会が支持を表明した段階で前原君たちの戦いじゃない。
Once we decide to do that, it's no longer just Maibara-kun's fight.
教会全体の戦いになるぞ。
It'll be the whole village's fight too.
そうなれば代表は村長だろう。
In that case, you should be our leader, Kimiyoshi-san.
村長が自ら役所に抗議しなきゃ示しがつかん。
There's no way the mayor shouldn't participate in the protest. That's kind of dethroning Oryo, is it not? I know that she can't technically take part in the protest because of her physical condition, but I feel like if she's not the one leading the protest, it kind of takes away the power from her. I don't know if she'll be super happy about that.
わかったわかった。
Alright, I got it already.
お嬢さんが納得してくれれば、ケイチ君に力を貸してやる。
If Oryo-san gives us her approval, I'll act like a man. I'll help Keiichi-kun. Okay, dude.
今日ここに集まってる町会の諸君もそれでいいな。
Does everyone here agree? Aye.
でも
Aye, sir.
オリオを説得するのはケイイチ任せなのですよ。
Are you not gonna help him persuade Oryo-san?
わかったよわかったよ。
Fine.
お嬢さんの説得には私も同行するよ。
I'll come with him to persuade Oryo-san. I kinda didn't expect him to do that, but I'm very happy.
ケイチ君の話し方はちょっと若者っぽすぎるからな。
The way he talks might be too immature for her. He so wishes Higachama didn't bring that up. Hell yeah.
お嬢さんにはお嬢さん用の年寄り言葉で話せる人間が必要だろう。
She needs someone who can talk like an old person. Who better than an old person?
すみませんでした。
I'm sorry for being so disrespectful today.
皆さん、申し訳ありませんでした。
I really have to apologize, everyone.
いや、
Don't worry.
君はいいことを言ったぞ。
You said some good things. I wonder, where are those people who hid him and Rena? Where are those?
町会の癒着を見事バッサリだ。
You broke up the collusion in one fell stroke.
圧力になんか屈しないその姿は、ひなみ沢の誇りだぞ。
Your refusal to cave under pressure is the very pride of Hinamizawa itself.
さっきは叩いてすまんかった。
I'm sorry for hitting you.
頭に血が上って申し訳ない。
I got pretty riled up. This is one of those people who's like, yeah, finally, violence, protests. Just what I needed.
いえ、こっちこそすみませんでした。
No, that was my fault.
知恵先生もよく言った。
You did a good job too, Chie-sensei.
あんたは立派な先生だ。
You're a wonderful teacher.
しかし、北条家いじめをしてる奴らってまだいるんだな。
I really didn't know that some people were still bitter toward the Hojo
とい
family.
うか、おりょうさんが特に嫌ってるんだよな。
Probably, Ryo-san is the most bitter of anybody. But didn't we establish last time that she isn't really against them anymore either? I think they all just think the same way. But in the end, she doesn't really care for the Hojo family either. I think she just doesn't want to seem too nice, like Rika's dad, I think. Not that she would ever be considered too nice or too lax, you know? However, according to Mion, Oryo-san doesn't hate the Hojo family either. Really, the whole thing was ridiculous.
前原さん、なかなかやりますね。
Good for you, Maibara-san. You always sound so sarcastic.
まさか町会を味方につけるとは。
I never thought you'd get the town council on your
い
side.
え、まだ味方になってくれたわけじゃありませんよ。
No, I don't have them on my side just yet.
ミオンのばあさんを説得するという条件付きです。
I need to persuade Mion's grandmother first.
おりょうさんは確かに独裁的な立場ですが、町会の支持を失うリスクは冒せません。
Oryo-san is like a dictator around here, but she won't do anything that would make her lose the trust of the villagers.
その町会の事前調整がついているというのであれば、園崎家だけの立場で反対は難しいでしょう。
If you've already settled things with the town council, then it'll be hard for the Sonozakis to oppose you alone. I agree, actually. I think she'll be Should be compliant.
いやいや、実に交渉がお上手です。
You're such a great
特
negotiator.
に最初にこけ下ろして途中から持ち上げるのがうまい。
You insulted them at the start, but then you gradually buttered them up.
ああ、いえ。親父の美術史のコラムっぽくやってみただけです。
I did it the way my dad writes articles for his art
親
magazine.
父のコラムってそんな感じだし。
That's the same style he uses. Whose art does he criticize? What?
ほうほう。前原さんのお父さんはなかなか息子さんにいい背中を見せられているようですね。
Ho ho, your father set a good example for you, huh?
画家さんなんですよね。
He's an artist, isn't he?
ぜひ今度私にも絵を見せてください。
Of course, yeah. I'd love to see his work someday. Don't worry about it. Didn't Oishi also take Keiichi to the Angel Mort restaurant at some point? And he also brought Keiichi a porn magazine when he was in the hospital. So yeah, if he sees Keiichi's dad's art, that's gonna go very well, I assume. It's the well-endowed old man, sure. Oishi fan club. I actually really like him when he isn't, you know, torturing kids.
Yeah.
My dad doesn't even let me see his work. I guess he can't show it to him either. You know, maybe Keiichi's too young to see it. What kind of dirty pictures is he drawing? Don't worry about it.
じゃあ明日の晩お嬢さんのところへお伺いしよう。
Well then, let's go and see Oryo-san tomorrow night.
さすがに今晩すぐにはまずい。
We can't go right away.
お嬢さんは機嫌を悪くすると筋の通った話も聞いてくれなくなるからな。
Once she gets into a bad mood, she'll never listen to us.
行くのは私村長。
I'll be coming along too.
それから誰？
Who else is going?
もちろん私も行きます。
I'm coming
レナ
too.
さんも行くって。
Rena-san's also
おとな
coming.
しく頭を縦に振らなかったら頭を叩き割るそうです。
She said she'd cleave her head apart if she doesn't nod it for us. Okay.
そんなことしないよ。
I'm not gonna do that.
しーちゃんひどい。
Don't be mean, Shi-chan.
ケイチ、僕も行きますです。
I'm going too,
お
Keiichi.
寮に行ってやりますです。
I'll talk to Oryo
そう
myself.
かそうか。
I see, I see.
言ってやれ言ってやれ。
Give her a piece of your mind.
もちろん俺も言ってやるぞ。
Of course, I plan to myself as well.
私もなんとか時間を作ります。
I'll try and be there
い
too.
るだけでも力になれることはあると思いますので。
I might be able to help just by being around. I guess he has a good standing with the Sonozaki family, kind of, since he's been taking care of Oryo since, you know, she got sick. And also before that too.
さて、面白くなってきました。
This sure is getting interesting.
おねえ、大ババさんとやり合う覚悟はあります？
Are you ready to defeat that evil hag, sis?
本音から言うと、明日は入れ替わってほしいかな。
To be honest, I wish you'd swap with me tomorrow. Goodbye, fingernails.
ケイチくん、なんだか話が一気に大きくなってきたね。
Ichi-kun, you've made great progress today. Idia's double glasses crack me up. Double glasses? Wait, what? Oh, the sunglasses and the glasses on his face? I think I don't know, I feel like he just really stands out from the cast for me. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he looks like he doesn't belong in here. I don't know what it is about him. He just seems like he's trying to fit in with the cool kids. I don't know. He's funny for that, but I also hate him with all of my heart.
人の力ってのは集まれば集まるほどに強くなる。
Yeah, the more people we have on our side, the stronger we become. Actually, maybe hate is a strong word. He's just really weird. If he wouldn't open his mouth sometimes, he'd be kind of okay.
ひなみ沢全体が連帯すれば、サトコなんてすぐに救い出せるぞ。
We can save Satoko if the whole village gets together.
何しろ、国とやり合ってへこませた連中なんだからな。
This village once won against the national government, after all. The old people seem to seemed proud to hear me talk about the dam conflict. Everyone started talking about all the heroic things they did back then. Ah, nostalgia. Powerful weapon. He really needs to keep his weirdness about Satoko to himself, that freak. It's kind of interesting how it usually hits Satoko, but he has done it to other people too. He has done it to Rika, I think. And to... maybe even to Keiichi? I don't really remember. But yeah, he's a freak. Do I have permission to squish the owl one? You want to squish an owl? Wait, hold on. I have just the thing for you. Hold on. There you go. This one you can squish. Go ahead. Do it right now. Are you done? I hope so. Because it's gone now. I thought we could never say Satoko, but that fate is reaching its end. The power we have right now is overwhelming. The power to defeat fate is far stronger than the mere chance alignment of a few coincidences. I really like the changes that... this is very off topic, but the changes that Shirota made to the... it doesn't even really look like an owl, but I do call it an owl. It didn't used to look like this, but it's very cool now. Especially with the little head pad, with the little wings it has. Very cute. It wasn't always like that. I know it's played for comedy most of the time, but the way Iria talks about Satoko, I'm not a fan. Yeah, I think... I don't know. It's not really funny. It's not really funny, and like not even the characters think it's funny. They think he's overstepping, and they think it's weird too. So I don't know why he just keeps doing it. I mean, characters don't have to be perfect and likable all the time, so I guess that's fair. It's just really interesting that he keeps doing it even though everyone hates it. The power to defeat fate is far stronger than the mere chance alignment of a few coincidences. Okay. Alright. Bing bang boom. I like how Ryukishi sometimes uses these sound effects for dramatic effect. It's pretty cool. Okay, since this is kind of a good place to take a little break, I'll do that even though the next one is in 5 minutes, but you know, that way we get 5 extra minutes. It's kind of crazy. Well, alright. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll do that. Also stretch. Do the same. And I will be right back. Hello, I'm back. Seems my hand slipped and I banned someone that kind of annoyed me the last time they were in my stream. Oh no, how did that happen? Also, yeah, I remember that one time, Iria has some pretty good lines where he can seem like a normal person, and then he says something super unhinged about the kids being his personal maids. It's just how it goes. Also, hello Ruzo, hope you're doing good today. I hope your thumb feels better soon. Thank you for the head pet too. And welcome back to you too. I like the Be Right Back screen music. It's pretty good. Maybe I should link it. I do have the game it's from credited, but I don't have the song itself linked. Let me see. God, which one was it? It's from Alice Mare, but I don't remember which one it was. There's not too many. Oh god, this is a Let's Play. Manly Badass Hero. Man, I used to love this guy's Let's Plays when I was younger. I don't really watch Let's Plays anymore. Actually, I do, kind of. I just watch Twitch VODs instead. 1.5 hours to go, you got this. I'll check for the OST later. Because YouTube, if you have an ad block on your browser, then it kind of takes forever to load videos, especially if they're in a playlist. It takes forever. Let's Plays, I haven't heard that word in years and years. Yeah, I don't know why we moved away from that term. When I started uploading VODs, I was like, do I call it Let's Play or playthrough? I think the more modern way to say it is playthrough, even if it's the exact same thing. When I was in high school, I never thought streaming would take off and replace Let's Plays. Exactly! I feel the same way! I wasn't even into like streaming and Twitch when I started streaming. I barely knew what streaming was, and I was like, you know, this seems fun, I'm just gonna do it. But I never watched streams until like earlier this year. Like not even back in July when I started. I wouldn't really watch other people except for the very few people that I knew. But now I try to like find new streamers that I enjoy, and it's been pretty fun. Anyway, I didn't hydrate. Let me do that real quick. The next evening, we were all gathered at the Sonozaki residence. I didn't think they'd skip a whole day. They don't usually do this. I thought we'd be talking with Mion's grandma over tea or something. However, it wasn't so relaxed a situation as that. Mion's grandma stayed in her futon. She was propped up against a huge cushion, and it made me feel like I was about to talk to a queen. That wasn't the only thing either. There were about 5 members of the Sonozaki family surrounding her as though I was at some kind of Yakuza gathering. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of people entering her house at the moment. Better be safe, I guess. Also, hello Zenny! Hi, hope you're doing good today. Yes, this wasn't just any old town council meeting. It was a meeting of the 3 families. I kind of felt as though I didn't belong, but I also didn't have time to be afraid. If I could persuade this lady, I could get help from the villagers. Oh yeah, do they have... I forgot to check. Do they have sprites? Oh yeah! Goodness, I robbed Kimiyoshi of his sprite. I'm sorry. You get to look at old people now. I hope you enjoy it. Cinnamon roll. Hell yeah. I still wanted to make some cinnamon rolls this winter. I forgot. So, that's the situation. If the town council doesn't change their current stance, then no matter what Keiichi-kun says past this point, the center won't listen to him. At the very least, the town council needs to declare their neutrality. The old man tie? Is that what old people wear? I think I've actually never seen this on an old character in any kind of media. So I can't really say. I didn't really pay attention to this tie the first time we saw him. The mayor was the first to speak. The old woman looked very grave. I couldn't tell if she always wore an expression like that or if the story made her look that way. She made a comment in a very low voice to her people. The lady wearing a kimono spoke for her instead. Oh, is Mion and Jion's mom here too? I have something to give you. What do you want to give me? She must be Mion's mother. Peek. Look at her. Man, she's probably my favorite character design-wise. She's just really cool. And I like her earring, to be honest. The Child Consultation Center is doing their job. They understand how much you care about her, and they are going to take your appeal into consideration. What more are you expecting from them? Thank you for the 30 bits. That's a very cute emote. Mom,
そこは私から説明する。
let me explain this to you.
サトコのおじはとんでもないゴロつきなんだよ。
Satoko's uncle is a horrible
去
man.
年もサトコに暴力を振るってるし、愛人に捨てられたと思ってひなみ沢に帰ってきた不機嫌なおじにとっては、それはさらにひどいものだと容易に想像がつく。
He regularly beat Satoko last year, and I'm sure he's even worse this time around because of his lover up and abandoning him. Well,
葛西、調べてくれたんだよね。
did she? She didn't abandon him. Didn't she die? Didn't the Sonozaki? No, wait, who did kill her? I actually don't know. Someone killed her, I'm pretty sure. I think the chapters or the episode started with her being found dead. Again, right? Didn't you investigate him,
北
Kasai?
条哲平のこと。
Teppei Hojo, I mean.
一応、茜さんにはお伝えしてあります。
This tie just gets cooler every time I see it. I did make such a report to Akane-san.
母さん、つまりはそういうこと。
You see, Mom?
のんびり任せてたら、多分助けてくれるのは数ヶ月も後だよ。
If we let the Child Consultation Center take care of this, it'll take months for them to save Satoko.
私はサトコが苦しんでるのを数ヶ月も放っておけない。
I can't let her stay with that jerk for that long.
数ヶ月で死ぬわけじゃなぎゃ。
There she is. She's not gonna die.
そんくらいでギャーギャーと想像しんね。
Stop making such a big fuss over this. Their kimonos are completely black, aren't they? When is the tie tier list stream? Kasai just wins that one, you know it. I don't remember. Does Teppei also wear a tie? I don't remember. I don't think he does. He wears a necklace, right? He wears a necklace and no tie. Oishi wears a tie and sometimes a necklace. I think Akasaka also wore a necklace, but I think he just had a dark blue, black suit or something. It was very boring. Yeah, I think Kasei might have the best one. And then I guess Kimiyoshi takes second place because it's just different from the other ones. There you go. Tier list done. The old lady finally spoke, but she didn't have anything pleasant to say.
そりゃ死ぬまではいかないかもしれないけど。
She might not die, but...
ならギャーギャー言うな、アホらしい。
And shut up, you idiot!
つったら生き死にもかけんとやかんよ言うね。
Worse, you're not even willing to risk your own life over this.
根性が足りんわだ。
Grow a backbone, you twit. I always thought that Shion was kind of, you know, rude when she would call Oryo a hag, but honestly, the way she's talking to Shion right now, she kind of deserves it.
なんばしようとかすったらくだらねえ。
Ah, what nonsense.
だーっと聞いとんくだらんわ。
The more I listen, the more nonsense I hear. Wow. So that's why the whole village is afraid of her. This was Oryo Sonozaki, known variously as the Hag or Empress Sonozaki. The
おりょう。さとこは僕の友達なのです。
Oryo, Satoko is my
助
friend.
けてあげてほしいのです。
I want you to save her.
リカちゃまいつも言うとん。
How can you be so nice to Rika but not her own granddaughter? It's so messed up. Surprisingly understandable, yeah. Rika-chama, remember what I've told you all this time?
友達は選ばんとね。
You have to choose your friends carefully. Awful, awful things to say.
あんな北条のクソガキなんざバチ当たりも。しゃあがねっちゅう言うたんだら。
That girl is a demon child of the Hojo family.
エリエの先生までガン首揃えてからになんでまったく。
I'm disappointed in you too, Dr. Irie.
あんた、いい年してなんでまったく。これが恩にあだっちゅうつもかいね。
Aren't you old enough to realize what you're doing?
さとこちゃんは北条家の娘であるだけです。
Satoko-chan is the daughter of the Hojo family.
さとこちゃんがダムに賛成して村と敵対したわけじゃありません。
But she's not the one who supported the dam project and fought against the village. She might have slipped in one of Satoko's traps. Those traps have been draining the village's budgets for years. That's why her health is in such bad condition. That's exactly why. It all makes sense now.
坊主憎ければ今朝までというのは気の毒ではないでしょうか。
I think it's unfair for you to judge her that way.
Higurashi.
Shut up.
お前誰に向かって口いとんと。すったらあやっとらんわこら。
Who do you think you're talking to, you piece of shit? Okay. Alright, Granny. Calm down. Hello, Sev. Hi. Hope you're doing good today. Thank you for the hydrate imposter check. Wah. Yeah, we've been playing Higurashi for over a year now. Pretty good. Have you ever played it?
Mi-chanのおばあちゃんって本当にさとこちゃんのこと許してるの?
Starting to doubt it, honestly. It's okay, she'll cave in. She'll cave in. Eyeballs sewn shut from sleep, but I will eventually wake up. Good morning. I haven't, but I've seen screenshots. It's pretty good. I highly recommend it. The anime is also really good, but it's very different from the Vienna, I'd say. Are you sure that she's willing to forgive Satoko-chan?
ミオンが言うにはそうなんだがな。
That's what Mion told me.
なるほど。町会の連中が言うのが少し分かったぜ。
I think I get where the other villagers are coming from now.
ケイイチ君も何か言いたそうだね。
You look like you have something to say, Keiichi-kun. I'm kind of sad that they changed her earring from purple to red here, because I think the purple is... I mean, I'm biased, okay? Because look at me, purple everywhere, but I think it's kind of a nice contrast. I think purple and green go well together, personally. And also her whole kimono, like the... what is this called? This probably has an official term. The sash, I don't know. It's also entirely black, which gives it more of that Yakuza look, in my opinion. I don't mind the spoilers, though. I will forget soon enough. Yeah, we're pretty deep in anyway, so... It's gonna be okay. Although, the spoilers that we'll get to later are probably pretty heavy. The Obi, is that what it's called? Hold on, let me check. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I like that it's black in the original art style. Also, hello, Rebel. Hope you're doing good today. You look like you have something to say, Keiichi-kun.
この際だ。何でも言ってごらん。
You should just let it out. I made eye contact with Mion's mom. She's very pretty, but she was wearing the same grave look as Oryo. But by then, I had no doubts that this was Mion's mother.
言ってもいいですけど。
I don't mind
いいです
talking.
か?
Is it really okay, though?
いいよいいよ。
Go ahead.
せっかく園崎本家までおいでなんだ。
You came all the way here to the Sonozaki
あんたも
residence.
いいな。
You should speak if you want to. Then I nodded in agreement. Okay.
園崎お涼さん。
She's gonna try so hard not to insult her. I can handle it. Okay. Oryo
前
Sonozaki-san.
原圭一と申します。
My name is Keiichi Maebara.
まだ引っ越してきたばかりですが、よろしくお願いします。
I moved here not too long ago. Nice to meet you.
お前が挨拶せんでもお前の答えよう知っとるね。
Oh, yeah, what does she look like in the manga gamer style? Oh, she doesn't have one. Okay. Maybe it's better that way. I already know a great deal about you.
今だから話す。
Let me tell you
前
something.
原家が引っ越してきた時、ばっちゃんに挨拶してないのを根に持っててね。
Oh. When your family moved to this village, you didn't come here to introduce
印
yourself.
象悪いんだよ。
That left a pretty bad impression. Why was Mion only telling me that now? Why is she? Sure hope I'm not too late to introduce myself. I think he might be very late.
北条聡子がどうかが問題じゃない。
Leave aside the fact that it's Satoko Hojo for a minute.
村の一員が今、危機的な状況にあります。
The important thing to note is that a villager is in danger right now. Keiichi has only been in Hinamizawa for like a month. I mean, I guess that isn't too long. But the fact that he didn't do it right away and he's only doing so when he now needs something from her, probably not helpful in this situation.
それを救うためには相談所に訴えるしか方法がないんです。
In order to help that person, we have no choice but to make an appeal to the Child Consultation Center.
そしてそれは俺が勝手にやってることです。
Besides, I'm doing all of this on my own accord.
あなたに迷惑をかけてることじゃない。
I haven't caused you any trouble.
迷惑って話は村長さんから聞かされてるよね。
But you heard from the mayor that you've been causing trouble, didn't you?
ひなみ沢連合町会は獅子骨市役所とは手打ちをしてるんだよ。
The Hinamizawa Town Council and the Shishibone City Hall are working together.
市長と大ババ様は過去を水に流し、連携して共存していくことを確認し合ってる。
The Shishibone mayor and this Virago? I don't know what that means. Hold on. I need to look it up. A domineering, violent, or bad-tempered woman? Excuse me? Why is she... Okay, wait, it could also mean a woman of great strength or spirit, a female warrior. That's quite a difference. That's quite a difference in meaning, though. Yeah. Interesting word to use here. The Shishibone mayor and this Virago here had a talk with each other, and they decided to coexist. Hold on, how do you even pronounce it? Virago. Yeah, okay. In JP, she says something like Obaba too. Hold on, I want to hear that again. I think I need to keep reading. That was necessary for this village to prosper. No! No, stop! Sometimes I feel like my mouse scrolls in the wrong direction. Maybe I do need a new mouse after all. But that village is going to let an innocent girl suffer? Didn't you hear what I just said? No one's going to just let her suffer. The consultation center will take action when appropriate. You want them to hurry up, but frankly, you're being selfish. What? It's not like he's doing this for himself. The town council and the government officials are in a business relationship. They're treating Satoko's issue like it's an ordinary one. So basically, you're saying that you don't care how much danger Satoko is in right now? Like Mion just told you, Teppei is a horrible person. When Satoko showed up at the school 3 days after she was kidnapped, she was already at her wit's end. After only 3 days. I can't even imagine what would happen if we left her alone with him for a month. There's no guarantee that she will be saved after that either. Hello, Hangsy Panksy. Hi. Have you come closer to solving the mystery of this town? I think we already pretty much solved it. We're just trying to escape fate right now. We're coming closer to that, I think. We had a little altercation with the town council earlier. Some people were beat up on both sides, but they ended up, you know, agreeing on the matter that Satoko is not an evil demon child. And now they're trying to convince the last person, which is Oryo, the Sonozaki grandma. And she's being a little bit difficult, but you know, we're slowly working our way towards getting her to agree. Everybody is crazy. They're having a relatively civil conversation right now. To have them officially support the group's endeavor of appealing Satoko's case to the Child Consultation Center. Bad news, I'm sick, but good news, I don't have to work. You know what? As bad as it sounds, every time I'm sick, I'm kind of happy because that means that I don't have to go to work. It's a good excuse to stay home and sleep. I mean, what the root cause of the behavior is. I have some ideas in mind, but I don't think we have like 100% confirmation of what's going on. I think it's treated as a disease, especially in Satoko's case in particular, but I feel like it's just general paranoia dressed up as a disease, but we'll see. That's my current theory. It has changed over the many chapters that we've read, but I don't think we have 100% confirmation yet. No, I did not watch those awards. I find them kind of silly. I feel like people just pay money, probably, to have things go a certain way. But didn't Silksong win in a category? I saw a clip of it because the guy announcing Silksong winning in one of the categories said it in such a way where it seemed like he was kind of pissed off that Team Cherry wasn't there. There's many jokes about people going, oh, Team Cherry is chronically offline, and you know what? Good for them. I think it was art direction. That could be. I didn't really see. I only saw that one clip and I thought it was really funny. But yeah, I did hear that. What is it? Expedition 33? Is that the one? I think that one won. Won Best Action Adventure Game. Interesting. Good for them. Yeah, in the end, those awards don't really matter. It's just people being angry over opinions in the end. What matters is what you think is the best game. Best art direction was Claire Obscure. Okay, I see. There's no guarantee that she will be saved after that either. At that point, they might decide to put her case on hold again. Mrs. Sonozaki, does the emotional damage she's suffering not matter at all to you? So, what do you think we should do? I'm making an appeal to the Child Consultation Center asking them to save her as soon as possible. I'm going to continue going to the center until they do. Well then, there you go. You can just continue your appeal. It's none of the Sonozaki's business. Isn't that enough? Damn it. She's so hard-headed. It was easy to win an argument with the old people at the assembly hall since they got agitated so quickly. But Akane-san, Mion's mom, is way tougher than that. Both of the Sonozaki sisters and their grandma are quick to anger, but Akane-san seemed incredibly calm. She was calm, but still full of animosity. Most of the nominations won only one, and then the rest were Clair Obscur, except for that one where they lost to... Really? Withering Waves? I haven't heard very much from that game at all. I didn't know that it was that big. Interesting. What did Withering Waves win? I don't really know anything about the game. There was a time where I tried out a bunch of gacha games. I don't know if Withering Waves was one of them. I don't think it was, but I think I saw someone play it at some point. I don't know, it looks like looks like any other gacha game to me. I don't know, man. 100% community voted award, player's choice. Interesting. I know absolutely nothing about the game. But it looks pretty, I guess. But I can't continue our appeal anymore. If the town council doesn't tell the officials that they're going to support us, the Child Consultation Center won't listen to us at all. Did you hear that, Mom? We can't just do whatever we want.
教会として支持か不支持をはっきり表明してくれないと後が続かないんだよ。
We need the town council to decide whether they're going to support us or not.
というか、教会はもう決着がついてます。
Actually, the council has already made the
お
decision.
ばあちゃんさえ納得してくれれば支持してもいいとまとまってます。
They said they support us as long as Granny agreed.
だがんなことまと
Oh god! She looks terrifying. Holy shit. This is a really good sprite. Who the hell made that decision behind my back?
お前たちもダム戦争の時の北条夫妻の態度は知ってるだろ
Is her head like still her hair is still slightly green? Orios. I mean, I know it's gray, but it has like a green tint to it, which is kind of nice. Because, you know, they have green hair. But interesting that you think the awards are rigged, yet indie devs win tons of them. I wouldn't say that I think all of them are rigged, but I do think that some of them probably... I mean, it's always that way with big events like this. So I'm just thinking that it's the same way for this one. It probably doesn't... It doesn't mean that it's that way for everyone at that event, but, you know, I think there's probably something going on behind the scenes, even if it's not terribly obvious to everyone. It's always like that, I think. You're all aware of how the Hojo family acted during the dam conflict, aren't you?
あれを許せるのかって言われると、私も答えはノーだね。
If you're asking me to forgive them, my answer is still no.
私知らないんだけど、さとこちゃんのご両親ってどういう人だったの？
There were too many nominations, god damn it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care that much about it either, because what matters in the end is what games you enjoyed as a person, and whether or not your game wins Game of the Year shouldn't matter at all. I mean, I know that because I see a lot of posts from the 100 Lag community, a lot of them are super upset that it didn't win anything, I think. I don't remember seeing 100 Line winning anything, but then again, I didn't really look at the results that much. And it's objectively a really good game. So in the end, yeah, it's really just a popularity contest, and that's why it doesn't really matter in the end. But yeah, it's still fun to see the results for me in the end, but I don't really partake in the voting or anything like that. It doesn't really matter that much to me. I'm not really familiar, actually. What were Satoko-chan's parents like?
お母さんはさとこがもっと強気になったみたいな人でした。
Her mom was like a stronger version of Satoko. We don't really know anything about the Hojo family except for the uncle and aunt. We have seen, or heard them, rather. I don't think we saw Satoko's aunt. I don't remember. But we don't really know anything about her parents. There was no scene or anything with them. We only ever got told about them.
お父さんは鉄平の兄な人でした。
Her dad was, well, Teppei's older brother. How bad could he have been?
しかも鉄平より強くて怖かったです。
He was even stronger and scarier than Teppei.
あの鉄平よりもかよ。
Scarier than Teppei?
そりゃなんだか笑えない話だな。
That's not very funny. They only talked about Satoko's parents like once, and I don't remember anymore if they mentioned her dad abusing her. I know that Satoko made up lies about her mother's later partner abusing her, which is why the Child Consultation Center didn't believe her when she was actually being abused. I don't remember anything about her dad. Like her biological dad.
なるほど。園崎家とバチバチと対立してた構図がようやく見えてきた。
I see. Now I'm starting to understand how they clashed with the Sonozaki family.
要するに、その時の煮えくり返った蝶がまだ収まらないと。そう言ってるんだな、このばあさんは。
I guess she hasn't forgotten how much they pissed her off.
聞こえるように言うとは、あんたも大した玉だね。
Ah, you're saying it out loud so we can
子
hear.
供たちからよくあんたの話は聞いてるよ。
My children have told me a lot about
大
you.
した器だそうじゃないかい。
I heard you're one courageous
つけ
boy.
上がったついでで恐縮ですが、
Let me tell you this straight up.
そこの布団のばあさんが頭を縦に振ってくれりゃ俺は満足です。
Oh no. We'll be satisfied as long as that old lady in the futon just nods her
何
head.
もここにいる皆さんに俺たちの陳情に加わってくれとまでは言わない。
I'm not expecting you all to get involved in our
ただ黙っ
protest.
て頭を縦に振ってくれりゃいい。
All I need for her is to nod.
嫌だと言ったらどうするんだい？
And if she said no,
この場でばあさんの頭を叩き割ってミオンを浸透種にして頭を縦に振らします。
I'd smash her head in and make Mion the new family head so she can nod for us. Okay. It's not even voiced! What the fucking hell did you just say, you goddamn son of a bitch? Someone bring me a sword. I'll cut him into pieces and dump him in the well. Why isn't this voiced? Come on. I want Granny to yell at us.
おうばあさん、俺とやり合うつもりかよ。今日食った晩飯が最後の晩餐になっちまうぞ。
This is awesome. This is really good. It is voiced in the anime? Damn it. We were robbed. Are you ready for a fight, old lady? Whatever you ate tonight will be your last supper.
だって聞いとんよ抜かす。
Shut up, you fucking little shit.
上等も上等。ようもすったらん言わすはこんわかぞが。
Do you even know who you're talking to? The evil hag sent a violent glare my way, the intimidating aura surrounding her becoming almost visible. Normally, I'd be terrified. However, I can't back off today. She's just pretending to be tough. Would you count as an Urpal one? I guess so. Although I feel like this outfit is more blue than tough. Tough choice. I don't know. Oreo has aura. Yeah, she's a level 100 mafia boss. I don't know. Those ads were like everywhere a couple of years ago, but I haven't seen them in a while. How likely is it that she has killed someone? It's gotta be very likely. She herself? Honestly, I can see it. Back in the day, she must have killed someone at least. But, you know, from what we know, the Sonozaki family isn't actually as bad as we think it is. Although, didn't they, like, confirm to kill Rina? I'm pretty sure that they did. And then, I'm pretty sure they also kidnapped that kid from the I don't know, the Prime Minister of Japan that one time. They didn't hurt the kid, but I think they definitely kidnapped him. Maybe she hasn't killed someone with her own hands, but I'm pretty sure that she has, you know, ordered someone to get killed. As innocent as they want to seem, I think they probably have done some shady stuff in the past. Satoko doesn't have much time left. Everyone here knows that. We all know that she'll be forever damaged in only a few more days. We would then cry and lament our powerlessness. We have to fight as best as we can so that we have no regrets. There can be no limits to how far we'd go to save her. Let me make this clear. Satoko is my friend. I'm fighting for her sake. How about you? I heard that you used to be like that. You once fought, you and the whole village, just to save one villager. Isn't that how strongly you rejected the dam project? You're just an outsider. Guy literally lives here. Wait a minute, old lady. I'm not an outsider. I'm Keiichi Maebara from Hinamizawa. I'm fighting to save my friend who's also from Hinamizawa. How can you say that I'm an outsider? Oh no. The Blurple Eepee. I feel like Blurple always reminds me of, what's his name? The game that I played on Halloween last year, that Kala also played during October this year, with the Oni, the Blurple Oni. I can't believe that I forgot the name of that game. Aoni. Yeah. It reminds me of that one. You can just call me Aoni instead. Except I'm not an Oni, but you know.
前原さんは確かに引っ越してきて日は浅いかもしれませんが、村にすっかり溶け込み、新しい風を吹き込んでくれる期待の若者です。
Oryo-san, Maibara-kun came to this village not too long ago, but he's already adapted to our way of life. He's a young man with lots of promise.
家の先生はいつんか礼儀知らずを期待の若者言うようになった。
Since when did you think disrespect is the same as promise, Dr. Irie? She sounds so disappointed in him. Owl Oni. Actually, that's pretty good. You can call me Owl Oni. That makes absolutely no sense, but you know what? I like the pun.
おい、だぞ、お茶と薬を持ってきてな。
Oh wait, she doesn't sound disappointed. She's just not doing well. Someone bring me my medicine and some tea already.
頭に血が上りすぎて血管が痛みよるね。
All this blood rushing to my head is making it ache. The man on the far end stood up and brought over some tea and medicine.
礼儀知らずってんなら一度ここで筋を通します。
I think my favorite nickname is still the one that I was given by Molly, and it's Spooey. Probably my favorite one. I think she mistyped it. she just called me Spooey one time, but I've loved it ever since. And she keeps calling me like that sometimes. That's my favorite one. Or Soupy. Soupy's also good. I don't even know how Soupy came to be. I forgot how that happened, but it's a good one. If you think I'm being disrespectful, then let me make this request properly.
北条聡子を救うために園崎家も協力してください。
You want the Sonozaki family's help in order to save Satoko Hojo.
聡子は村の一員です。
Satoko lives in this village
それ
too.
以上に俺の仲間です。
Moreover, she's my friend.
どうかお願いします。
Please help us. As I deeply bowed my head to her, my friends bowed along with me.
圭一君、頭を上げな。
Also, hello DJ. Hi. Hope you're doing good today. I typed Soupy accidentally while playing Stardew Valley. How did you even type Soupy instead of Spooky? Where does the O come from? Incredible. Keiichi-kun, raise your head.
どうしたもんかね、ババ様。
What shall we do, mother? Is that what do you call your mother Baba? Is that what you say in Japanese? I'm not familiar with that term in particular. I've only ever seen like old grandmas being referred to in that way. Like evil grandmas specifically. Soup on the mind, I get it exactly. My brain is nothing but soup. What kind of soup? I don't know. I was gonna say owl soup, but that's kind of messed up. I don't want to eat an owl. I'm doing good. How's the stream going? It's fun! I really like this game, so I'm always happy when I get to play it. I'm always scared that I won't have the energy to play this game, but I always end up pulling through. Hello, Klaus. Hi. Hope you're doing good today. I think I only had to disrupt the stream once while playing this game because I don't know what it was. I was either sick or I just wasn't feeling well, and I had to like disrupt the stream in the middle of it. Spoon? You're a spoon? I guess so. Sure. I'm the spoon to the soup. I don't know, man. I'm trying. Just wanted to check in. Have a great stream. Thank you. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Keiichi-kun, raise your head. What shall we do, mother?
どうしたもこうしたもない。
It's none of my business.
どないせっちゅね。
What are you expecting out of me?
聡子ちゃんは圭一君の身内なんだって言ってる。
Satoko-chan is like family to Keiichi-kun.
それに圭一君が立ち回るのは筋は通ってるよ。
It's only natural for him to seek help for his family.
お母さん
Aww.
ただね
However,
園崎家と北条家はとにかく仲が悪かった
the Sonozaki family and the Hojo family were
ババ
enemies.
様も公衆の面前で罵倒されてるしね
They once disparaged mother in public too?
それを水に流せってのは簡単じゃない
We can never forgive them for doing
け
that.
じめの問題だよこれはね
This is an issue of distinction.
けじめって何ですか
What do you mean, distinction?
堅気の言葉で言うとシャイだね
They would need to make an apology? Excuse me? Satoko didn't do anything.
ただそれを示すべき北条夫妻は事故で亡くなってる
However, the parents died in an
それ
accident.
にあれだけのことをしてくれたけじめだ
There's no one else who can apologize to us.
安くはつかないよ
Forgiveness won't come cheap.
そのけじめってのを払えば怒りを水に流してくれるんですか
So if she apologizes to you, you'll forget about what her family did? I don't agree with her having to apologize.
私たちも義理の世界で生きてる
The world we live in is one of honor.
頭を下げられたら水に流さないわけにはいかない
If she apologizes to us, we'll have no choice but to forgive her.
まさかレナちゃんさとこちゃんの頭を下げさせるのかい
Are you going to make Sadako-chan apologize?
いいですよ
Sure.
さとこちゃんにご両親の責任を説明して謝らせてもいいです
I'll make her apologize for what her parents did. That sentence is kind of fucked up.
けじめを示すべきご両親ではないけれどそれで許してくれますよね
Her parents can't be there to do so, but you'll still forgive her, won't you?
許すかどうかは見てみないことにはわからないけれど
We'll have to see her before we make our final decision.
まあシャイは感じるかもしれないね
But I suppose we can say that we'll forgive her.
それでどうですかみーちゃんのおばあちゃん
What do you think,
さ
Oryo-san?
とこちゃんがダム戦争時のことを謝ったら
What if Satoko-chan apologized to you about the dam conflict?
まあそこまでやってみせたら考えんこともな
Well, I'll think about that when she apologizes to me.
つったら水に流すのも考えよ
I might forgive her if she really did. She laughed, obviously thinking that Sadako would never actually apologize to her. It seemed for a moment as though Rena had compromise in mind. However, Rena always has a plan up her sleeve.
でもさとこちゃんが謝ってけじめをつけたら
But if she apologized to you,
けじめを示すべきでないにもかかわらず村八分にして嫌ってきたけじめはおばあちゃんも取ってくれますよね
would you apologize to her for discriminating against an innocent girl who didn't deserve to be treated that way?
なあ
さとこちゃん
Hell
が
yeah.
ダムに賛成したわけじゃない
Satoko-chan wasn't the one supporting the dam
単に
project.
北条家の子供なだけです
She's just a child of those who did.
それだけでおばあちゃんはさとこちゃんを毛嫌いしてきた
But you hate her just for her last name. Look, Koishi. Thank you for the head pat. Hope you're doing good today.
この村ではあなたは単なる老女じゃない
You're not just an ordinary old lady in this village.
南沢の意志を左右する今や御三家の筆頭園崎家の当主です
You hold great influence over the people here because you're the leader of the Sonozaki family.
そのあなたがさとこちゃんを公の場で毛嫌いすることは村全体に影響を及ぼします
Your public hatred towards Satoko-chan had a huge impact on the way the village thinks.
それは町会でも明らかです
That became clear with the town council too.
あなたが北条家を嫌っているから北条家と親交があるとあなたにどんな不利益を受けるかわからないとみんなが思っている
Everyone is afraid to interact with the Hojo family because of how much you hate them. Thank you for the posture check. I'm standing up, so I'm actually kind of... well, no, I'm actually kind of slouching. Doing amazing. What about you? I'm doing good. I think that's the first time someone told me they're doing amazing. I'm glad.
そりゃあババ様はひなみ沢の母だからね
You're the mother of all Hinamizawa.
戦中戦後と一番辛い時代を切り盛りされた
You were instrumental in keeping us all afloat in the difficult times after the war.
それくらいの影響力は当然さね
It's only natural that you hold such great influence over the people here.
その影響力を知らないとは言わせません。
You're aware of how much your decisions can affect the whole village.
先ほどの言葉をお借りしますが、サトコは俺の仲間です。
Let me say this again. Satoko is my friend.
身内です。
She's my family.
それに、あなたの影響力で不利益が被られるなら、俺はあんたと戦わなくちゃならない。
If your influence is going to cause us trouble, I will do battle with you.
それが仲間を守るってことです。
That's what protecting your friend is all about.
都会者風情がなかなか言うじゃないかい。
I'm impressed to hear that from a city boy like you.
親類の皆さんの意見も聞こうか。
Let me ask what the other family members think.
皆さんはどう思いだい？
Well, how about it, everyone?
筋は通っとる。
What he's saying does make sense.
園崎家と北条家のいさかいにまで口を出されることはないが、身内に対するけじめは取っとる。
The problem between the Sonozaki family and the Hojo family is not his business, but he's clear about how much he wants to save her.
北条家がなかったら、真崎家もそんなに気にはせんのだがね。
There wouldn't be any problem if she wasn't the child of the Hojo family.
好きにすればいい。
They can do whatever they want to do.
園崎家は協力もせんが邪魔もせん。
We as a family can just stay neutral.
それでいいだろう。
Don't you agree?
そういうわけにはいかんらしいですな。
This guy's also here? No, apparently that's not enough, everyone. The big, scary man in sunglasses spoke with a deep
園
voice.
崎家が頭を縦に振らんことには、町会は納得しない。
He's saying the town council won't support them unless the Sonozaki family agree to as well.
町会が指示をしなきゃ、役所は聞く耳を持たんと言ってます。
And without the support of the council, the center won't listen to them either.
はっきり白黒をつけるほかありませんな。
We need to be clear about our decision on this
お
one.
前さんはどう思うんだい？
What do you think?
圭一君、いつも娘から聞いてるよりずっと立派に意見する男だ。
Of course, they're gonna make this about being a man again. Keiichi-kun, you're a stronger man than my daughters have led me to believe.
正直見直した。
Frankly, I've had to change my opinion of you.
大した男だ。
You're a man among men.
どうも。ミオンのお父さんですか？
Hello? Are you Mion's father? I thought he was the boss of a Yakuza clan or something. Well, he is. Wait, I did hear once that her dad is exactly that. Certainly looks the part.
君のところの身内に迷惑をかけたのは、
Man,
うちに責任がある。
I'm so sad he doesn't have a sprite. That'd be so cool. We've never seen him. It's partly our fault that your friend is
親
struggling.
はともかく、娘に罪はない。
Her parents aside, she's just an innocent
そう
girl.
でしょ、お母さん。
Isn't that right, mother?
知ったこかい。
Who even cares?
北条の名前を持つあかんたれは、どういつもバチ当たりもんさね。
Anyone who bears the Hojo name is an ungrateful little shit.
それにこいつはさっき、わしん頭を叩き割るとか抜かしよったんぞ。
He even told me a few minutes ago that he's going to smash my head in.
そんなやつに大した男もへったくれもね。
A bastard like that doesn't deserve to be called a man among men.
お母さん、
Mother,
ここは一つ、圭一君に力を貸してはあげられませんでしょうか。
can we help Keiichi-kun this one time?
近頃珍しい熱心な若者です。
He's a passionate young man.
なかなかこう、はっきり言える若者はおりません。
Not many youngsters these days have that kind of inner strength.
ばっちゃん、私もお願いするよ。
Granny,
私た
please.
ちに力を貸してほしい。
We need your help.
さとこは私の仲間でもある。
Satoko is my friend
私
too.
はひなみ沢の仲間のために戦ったばっちゃんの昔話をいつも尊敬してるんだよ。
I deeply respect how you fought for this
だ
village.
から私もばっちゃんみたいに仲間のために戦いたいんだ。
I want to fight like you for my friend.
私も頭を下げます。
I'm asking for your help
さ
too.
とこは私の家族です。
Satoko is my family.
妹です。
She's a little sister to
お
me.
願いします。私たちに力を貸してください。
Please give us your help. I think we're slowly breaking her. Upon seeing the twins bowing so deeply, the stubborn old woman simply stared at them with that grave look of hers. I figured it would be difficult to get her to cooperate with us. The mayor looked troubled too. Mion's grandma eventually turned her gaze to me, and I stared back at her.
Oh, hell
yeah! We even get a CG. Oh wait, I think it's cut off though. I think... Hold on. Actually, never mind. You can't see it on us face anyway. I already bowed to you once, so I'm not going to do that again. But let me just say it one more time. Please help us. Satoko is my friend and she's one of the villagers. She was never disrespectful to you. You have no reason to hate her. If I nod my head, what happens next? Once the council is on our side, the consultation center will have to hear us out. If they still don't listen, then we'll go there again. We'll go there with the whole village. Tomorrow is Saturday. The consultation center is open in the morning. The villagers will all be gathering for the preparation for the festival then. So, I'll just take them all along with me. That'd be crazy. You'd be involving hundreds of people. How many people would come exactly? I don't know how many of them would, but I'd definitely go make a speech in front of all of them. How do things look to you, Mr. Mayor? Most of the council members are supporting them.
確かに役所と築いてきた連帯も大切ですが、役員たちの中にも死守同盟時代の話を引き合いにして、聡子ちゃんのために戦えないのはおかしいという声が上がっています。
Our relationship with the government is important, but some of them think it's more important to fight for Satoko-chan. That is, to resurrect the spirit of the Guardians.
ケイチ君のやってることは理解できるし、反対する言われはないってことでまとまってます。
We all understand what Keiichi-kun is trying to do, and no one disagrees with him. So the whole village is united even without Mother? But you're still seeking final approval from the Sonozaki family. That's a rather dirty way to do business. Well, at least he's trying to. He could have gone above them.
Akane-san, Oryo-san.
Akane-san, Oryo-san.
はっきり言うが、私も聡子ちゃんが不憫だと思うんだ。
To put it simply, I feel bad for Satoko-chan.
一人でけなげによく頑張ってきた。
She's doing the best she can, even though she's all alone.
この辺で聡子ちゃんがもうみんなに嫌われてなんかいないってことを一つ大号令を発してもらうわけにはいかないかな。
I think it's time for us to let her know that she won't be ostracized by anyone anymore. I refuse. I will never forgive the demon child of the Hojo family. Fine then. You're the enemy of my friend. That makes you my enemy. Oh my god! I'm gonna kill you right here. Mion, you can take her place and lend us your support then. I'm gonna kill this old bat right this minute. As I jumped up, her family members stood in my way. They all put their hands into their pockets. I don't want to imagine what they might pull out of there. Oh, this is pissing me off. How dare you say that? I can't take this anymore. Oryo, think of your blood pressure. She's gonna explode, man. Violence isn't the answer, it's a question, and the answer is yes. Exactly. That exactly.
すまんねリカちゃま。
I'm sorry, Rika-chama.
その薬袋を取ってくれんかいね。
Will you pass me that bag of medication?
血管切れたらどないすんしゃね。
She might actually die from this. My veins are really going to burst. I shall go lurk to help support your stream. Hope you have a wonderful time with the stream today. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, let me wave. My veins are really going to burst. She was mumbling too much for me to tell what she was saying, but I could tell that she was furious. She whispered something into Mion's mother's ear. She spoke for her instead.
申し訳ないけど、今夜はこれくらいにしてもらいます。
I'm sorry, but this is it for tonight.
ババ様も頭痛がひどくなっちゃって、これ以上は付き合いきれんって言ってます。
She has a horrible headache and she can't talk with you any longer.
そんな、まだ俺は回答をもらってないです。
But I still haven't gotten my answer.
ケイチ君、出直すってのも大人のルールってのを学びな。
Keiichi-kun, you need to learn to play by the adults' rules.
だいぶ今日はおばさんも親切にしてあげてるんだよ。
I've been very patient with you today.
うちの子たちと仲良くしてくれてるから大サービスしてる。
That's because you're a friend of my daughter's.
そこいらへんを汲み取ってくれないと、私の顔が立たないね。
You need to reflect on that, don't you think?
ケイちゃん、今日は十分だよ。
Kei-chan, we've done enough today. This is kind of unsatisfying as hell. Hello, Blood. Hope you're doing good today.
これくらいにしよう。
Let's get out of here. Based on Mion and Jion's reaction, Mion's mom is very scary when she's angry. They were convinced that their mom was going to explode in about 10 seconds. Okay, let's scram. Still, should we really leave it after just that? Damn it! I really want her to nod. If she gives me an answer tonight, I can gather a huge crowd tomorrow. The people at the Child Consultation Center were laughing at us today. We gradually increased the number of people we had until the third day, but on the fourth we had far less. They must think that we won't show up at all within a couple of days. Did I say hello to you, Blood? Hello! I hope you're doing good today. Yeah, it's fine. It's a 50-50 gamble whether or not I stream anyway, but I'm trying, and I'm here. It's fine. There's always the VOD. Hello again. Hello. No matter what, we can't stop showing up. How many days has it been since she was taken by her uncle? We didn't have a single day to waste. However, for tonight, the meeting was over. The old lady went to sleep and we were kicked out of the room. That is kind of unsatisfying. Okay, there's gonna be an ad break in about 3 minutes, so this is a good place to take a quick little break. 3 minutes, and I'll be back. I'll stretch, I'll drink, do the same. I'll see you in 3 minutes. I'm back. Hello. I'm a little bit out of breath. I was moving around so that my back doesn't hurt as much. And I feel like I was moving around too much. Anyway, let's keep going. Even though the rest of us were forced to leave, the mayor stayed behind to wrap things up. We decided to wait in the yard for him to come back out.
くそ、あと一息だったってのにな。
Damn it, we were almost there.
ケイチ君は言うべきことをすべて言ったよ。
You said everything you needed to say.
でも、向こうにも考える時間は与えないといけない。
You have to give her time to think about it.
もちろん、そんな余裕はないんだけれど。
Of course, we don't exactly have time to waste. Hello, back pain haver. Only sometimes. That's why it's important to move.
監督的にはどう見えましたか？
What do you think, coach?
おりょうさんがすっかり不機嫌モードに入ってしまいましたからね。
Oryo-san was in a really foul mood.
一度ああなったら下手をすると3日は機嫌を直しません。
3 days. When she gets like that, she'll stay that way for at least 3 days.
さっき前原さんも言ってましたが、明日の綿流しの準備の時にみんなに呼びかけて みんなで訴えに行くというのはちょっと無理だと思います。
It might be difficult for us to take any villagers along for the protest tomorrow.
でも話を最後まで聞いてくれましたと思います。
At least she listened to us until the
あ
end.
とはお涼を信じるだけなのです。
We just have to trust that she'll make the right decision. I slept in an awkward position. Oh yeah, that happens to me sometimes too. I'll wake up and I have massive back pain. But it's okay. Usually it goes away if I just move around a bit. At least she tried to listen to us until the end. You just have to trust that she'll make the right decision.
そうだな。
You're right.
信じて待つってのは辛いことだな。
It's hard to trust in someone and just wait though.
みんなお疲れさん。
Hey everyone, you all did a good job in there. Mion and Shion ran over to join us.
ミオもシオンもお疲れさん。
Hey, you two did a good job
ど
too.
んな感じだった
How was it?
うまくいきそうか
Do you think it'll work out?
わかんない。
I saw the expression I want to see. I have no idea.
私の見たところだと、バッチャの印象は最悪。
From the looks of it, she was in a terrible mood.
ケイちゃんは本家には二度と来ない方がいいだろうね。
Honestly, Kei-chan, I don't think you should ever come back here.
なんだミオンの家にはもう遊びに行けないってことか
What? So I can't ever hang out at your house again?
やれやれ
Jeez.
しかし、ケイちゃんも大したもんですね。
Still, that was really impressive,
昨日
Kei-chan.
の集会所もそうでしたが、よくあれだけ凄まれても震え上がらないものです。
You didn't even seem
ってい
scared.
うか震えるほど怖かったか
Was she that scary?
怖え形相だなとは思ったけどそんなにビビるほどじゃなかったぜ
She had a scary look on her face, sure, but it wasn't that bad. He has seen worse.
それは多分、ケイちゃんがバッチャの本当の怖さを知らないからだね。
You can only say that because you don't know how scary she really is.
まあ、無知も時には武器か。
Well, as they say, ignorance is bliss.
そんなことないよ。
That's not
ケ
true.
イイチ君はそんな怖さを知ってたって、さとこちゃんのためにひるまなかった。
I think he would have fought her even if he knew how scary she really can be.
そういえば竜宮さんもいくら怒鳴られても平気そうに見えました。
Speaking of which, you seemed fine when she yelled at you too, Ryugu-san.
声は荒げられてたけど、怒ってはいなかったし。
She might have raised her voice, but she wasn't actually angry.
私も全然怖くなかったかな。かな
I wasn't scared at all either. Not at all.
あれが怒ってないように見えたっての？
Did she really not look angry to you?
うん。
No.
兄ちゃんのおばあちゃん、全然怒ってなかったよ。
Your grandmother wasn't angry at all. Is that really how it looked to her? To me it looked like her head was going to explode. Maybe she's just like afraid that if she forgives them, then, you know, as they said, that she won't seem as tough anymore and the people will stop respecting her. I don't think they will. The next moment, I heard someone walking toward us. It was the mayor who was accompanied by Mion's mother.
おじいちゃん、
Oh, Uncle Kimiyoshi.
どうでした？
How was it?
ばあさんは怒ってました。
Did the old witch finally start melting? He has a huge head. Or maybe the hair, you know, starting halfway on his head is contributing to that. I don't know.
それでね、OK だってさ。
Well, we got her approval.
え？
What?
それは、
You
つ
mean
まり、
おばあ様の OK サインが出たのさ。
the Virago gave you the green
だから
light?
ケイチ君、あんたの好きなようにやっていいんだって。
You can do what you want to now, Keiichi-kun. I think maybe she just didn't want to lose face in front of them. But I'm still surprised that she said yeah. Good for them.
それって本当ですか
Are you serious?
お母さん、本当なの？
Is that really true, Mom? That hag was so ticked off, though. I can't even imagine what caused her to grant us permission. No matter how it happened, I guess she accepted me in the end.
大ババ様はひなみ沢連合長会が圭一君を支持することを認めてくれたよ。
The Virgo gave approval for the town council to support Keiichi-kun.
ひなみ沢連長がバックにつくってことは、鬼ヶ淵死守同盟がバックについたのと同じってことになる。
Now you have the Onigafuchi Guardians on your side.
ってことは、絶対に負けられないってことさ。
With them, there's no way you can lose.
そして、みっともない戦いもできない。
But you can't put up a disgraceful fight either.
あんたは、引っ越してきたばかりのその身で、ひなみ沢が作り上げてきた団結の歴史を背負うんだよ。
You only just moved to this village, but you'll need to understand and appreciate the history of Hinamizawa.
その覚悟は終わりかい？
Can you take on this responsibility?
あります。
Yeah, I can.
ほう、即答とは男だね。
My, you're a brave
見上
boy.
げた根性さ。
You do have my respect.
よくあれだけ大ババ様に言えたもんだよ。
Takes great courage to address the Virgo like that. Why do they keep calling her that?
最後に飛びかかって大ババ様の首根っこ踏んづかまえた時にはどうなるかヒヤヒヤしたね。
It gave me chills when you jumped on top of her and put your hands around her throat. Wait, what? That happened? I thought he only jumped up, in general.
え？俺、飛びかかる直前にはなりましたけど。
Okay.
っていうか、あれは冗談みたいなもんで。
Well, I almost did jump on her, but I wasn't actually serious.
いいかい？
Listen for a moment.
前原圭一は大ババ様に飛びかかって首根っこガッツンガッツンやって納得させたんだよ。
You jumped on top of her and nearly choked her to death.
そういうことになったから。
That's how it's going to be. Okay, I see. But isn't that worse for her? Image, I don't know. If she just gives in to someone treating her that way, I feel like that's worse than her just being merciful.
なんでですか？物騒な。
Why? That's so
大
violent.
ババ様は北条家許すまじってことになってるもの。
The Virgo can't possibly forgive the Hojo
それ
family.
が若いのに何人か頭を下げられて、はいそうですかってわけにはいかないもの。
She also can't possibly give you what you want simply because you came to her and begged for it.
だから圭一君が大立ち回りをした挙句に大ババ様がその男気に惚れて特別に許したって、そのくらいの物語がないと説得力がないわけなんだよね。
So, unless the story goes something like, after Keiichi-kun violently fought with the Virgo, she was impressed by his chivalry and decided to grant him special permission. It won't sound convincing.
わかったかい、ミオン？
Got it, Mion? Yeah. What did I expect from them anyway? It was clear that they were going to fabricate some kind of story around this anyway, regardless of the outcome.
わかった。
That sounds great.
みーちゃんのおばあちゃんもいろいろと大変なんだね。
Things can't just be simple with her, huh?
こういうところで伝説ができちゃうんですね。
This is how a legend is born.
サトコを救うためにお両大ババ様と取っ組み合いをしたと。
But like, a lot of people know the actual truth. It's kind of funny. Now people will believe that you physically fought with the hag in order to save
ケイちゃ
Satoko.
ん、多分街を歩くと今後は人が避けてくれますよ。
People are gonna be afraid of you, Kei-chan.
圭一の最強伝説の始まりなのです。
This is the beginning of the legend of Keiji the
みんな
strongest.
圭一を見るとひそひそガタガタブルブルで道を開けるのです。
Everybody will run and hide when they see you on the streets.
そんな伝説はいらん。
I don't want to be a
それよ
legend.
りありがとうございました。
But anyway, thank you very much.
礼なんかいらないよ。
You don't need to thank me.
何しろ、町会はもう話がついてんだ。
The town council made the decision.
逆らいようがないさね。
We can't go against their
む
wishes.
しろこっちとしては、うちなんか無視してやってほしかったくらいだよ。
In fact, we would have preferred if you just ignored us and went ahead with things.
それを君吉の村長さんも人が悪い。
That was a dirty move of yours, Mayor Kimiyoshi-san. What?
いや、でも納得してもらえてよかった。
We didn't even have to. I feel like that would be more disrespectful, but I guess in the end they really just want to keep face and they don't actually want to be involved in that kind of stuff anymore, I guess. Especially since their actual wishes, meaning to forgive Satoko, isn't something that they can just publicly do. This is all too political for me to understand. Oh, well, I'm glad that she gave us her approval after all
大
that.
ババ様も、さとこちゃんがいつまでもダム戦争の続きみたいに冷遇されてるのは気にしてた。
The Virgo always worried about Satoko-chan because people were still treating her
自
poorly.
分が墓に入る時しか生産のタイミングがないと思ってたみたいだからね。
She thought that she could only make everything right with her death.
正直あんたたちが騒いでくれたおかげで大ババ様は生きているうちにそれを解決できたってわけさ。
But thanks to all of you, she was able to settle this issue before the end. I don't know if I should feel happy for her or still be kind of annoyed at the fact that it took all of this work for her to approve, but whatever.
内心は感謝してるはずだよ。
I'm sure she appreciates it.
いや、俺も感謝してます。
No, we're very thankful to her as
今
well.
度日を改めてお礼を言いに行きます。
I'll have to come here again to thank her in person. Maybe don't do that.
それはやめといた方がいいね。
That's not a good idea.
今度こそ日本刀で追い回されるよ。
She'll chase you around with a sword next time.
しかし今日の大ババ様は抜かなかったね。
In fact, I'm surprised she didn't do that today.
よっぽどケイイチくんが可愛かったんだよ。
He must be fond of you, Keiichi-kun.
僕もそう思いましたです。
I thought so
お
too.
りょうは日本刀が大好きなのですよ。
He was even more fond of using her sword.
リカちゃん笑いながら言うな。
Rika-chan, don't say that with such a big
生
smile.
きて帰れて大感謝だぜ。
I'm glad I'm still alive.
今日のケイイチくんにはおばさんも惚れたよ。
I've grown fond of you too after today.
男はそうでなくちゃいけない。
That's what being a man is all about.
さとこちゃんも過保物だね。
Satoko-chan is a very lucky
こ
girl.
んな男にここまで一生懸命になってもらえてさ。
Having such a dedicated man as you.
母さん、別にケイちゃんはサトコとそういう関係ってわけじゃ。
Dude, Satoko is like 4 years old. Wait, Mom, Satoko and Kei-chan aren't like that.
なんだ、そうだったのかい？
Oh, they're not?
まだお手つきがないならあんたたちも頑張りな。
Okay. If he doesn't have a girl yet, then you two have a chance.
ねえ、ケイイチくん。ミオンとシオン、どっちか好きな方を持っておいきよ。
Hey, Keiichi-kun, between Mion or Shion, which one do you prefer? Why would you ask that as their mother, dude?
おばさんのことは今日からお母さんって呼んでいいからね。
You can call me your mother from now on if you like. Mion and Shion simultaneously turned red and hit me with their fist and their elbow. Okay. The apple sure doesn't fall far from the tree, huh? Their mom talks just the same way they do. Why does he get hit? He didn't even do anything. Well,
い
Keiichi-kun,
や、お嬢さんを説得してくれた。
you managed to successfully persuade
約
Oryo-san.
束通り、町会は君を支持するぞ。
Just as we promised, you have the council
明
support.
日の昼にその旨をきっちり向こうに連絡する。
We'll call the people in charge tomorrow and let them know.
もちろん私もさとこちゃんをすぐに保護するべきだと
Hell
いうつもり
yeah!
さ。
And of course, I'll tell them to take Sadako-chan under their protection as soon as possible.
何しろお嬢さんの指示があるんだからね。
We have Oryo-san's support too.
多分その電話だけでさとこちゃんはすぐに助け出されるさ。
I'm sure Satoko-chan will be rescued shortly after my call. I have this lingering bad feeling, yeah? That this is all going great and stuff, but I have a feeling that when the time comes to rescue her, shit is gonna go down. And not in a good way. Because we know that Teppei is like very eager to leave. He wants to get out of Hinamizawa as soon as possible, the second he gets his hands on that money that is supposedly somewhere around the residence. And, you know, if he's gonna turn Satoshi's room upside down, I feel like conflict is kind of inevitable, so we'll see how it goes. They said that they were gonna prepare for the festival tomorrow. I wonder if the festival is... Well, what day was it always? Was it a Saturday or a Sunday? Because tomorrow is a Saturday in-game. Wow, it's just like today, actually. So I wonder. Because if the festival is tomorrow, that means that things are not gonna go super well. But, I'm gonna be hopeful. Hope and whimsy.
本当ですか?
Are you serious?
ケイちゃんはそれだけの相手を口説き倒したってことだよ。
You just managed to persuade someone that important, Kei-chan.
じゃあこれでサトコは明日には必ず。
So, Satoko-chan really will be safe this time tomorrow? Higurashi just like real life. Yeah, friend slop is good slop. Okay, I have a really bad feeling about this.
まだ絶対と決まったわけではありません。
We can't say that for sure.
でももし君吉のおじいちゃんの電話を断れば、それは鬼ヶ淵死守同盟を敵に回すということになります。
If they refuse Uncle Kimiyoshi's request, that means the Onigafuchi Guardians will come after them.
おじいちゃんは普段は温和だけど、同盟会長になった時はそりゃあ鬼ですから。
He's normally a calm guy, but he's like a monster when he becomes the leader of the Guardians, aren't you, Uncle?
そん時は鬼になるよ。
I'll be a monster if I have to.
とにかく男の約束だ。
I can promise you that.
さとこちゃんがすぐにでも助け出せるように協力する。
I'll do my best to ensure that Satoko-chan is rescued as soon as
ありがとう
possible.
ございます。
Thank you so
あと
much.
それからさとこを北条家だからとか言って差別するのももうなしにしてください。
Also, will you please stop ostracizing Satoko just because of who her parents were? Nothing has gone wrong this chapter. When will one of them kill each other? Tomorrow. Man, I'm actually really worried, man. Because everything is going so well. And I feel like the bomb they're about to drop on us this chapter is gonna be painful. Especially since Rika said that if it doesn't work out this time, she's just gonna stop trying. That makes it even worse. There's so much to lose if this doesn't work out. Oh man. It's fine. It'll be okay.
おじいちゃん時々言ってますもんね。
We heard you saying bad things about her, you know?
北条の罰当たり者みたいなこと。
Something about how she's a member of a cursed family.
あれは他の人に悪ぶって言ってるだけで、別におじいちゃんはさとこちゃんのことを嫌ってるわけじゃないんだよ。
I was just saying those things because of other people. I don't personally have anything against her. That's not good, man. That doesn't make it any better. Not enough suffering, I guess so. What if next chapter is just an epilogue or something? I'm not gonna check the amount of achievements. Because if it's an epilogue, it can't be that long. But I don't want to check the achievements. I wanna be surprised. I have no idea what is gonna happen in the next episode. No clue. So I want to keep it that way until the time comes.
なら、そういう悪ぶるのもなしですね。
Then quit saying it, alright?
さとこちゃんを村の子供として本当の意味で受け入れてください。
Please accept her as just another child of the village.
わかってる。
Of course.
今後は酒の席でも軽率なことは言わんや。
I'll never say that again.
約束する。
I promise you that.
うかつなこと言うと、私がケイチ君に首根っこをつかまれそうだ。
I'm afraid Keiichi-kun might throttle me too. I'd choke every one of them. After that, we started heading back home. Satoko still isn't saved, but I think we made a huge progress today just the same. The mayor is going to call the child consultation center tomorrow to tell them that he's on our side. He's also going to persuade them to save Satoko as soon as possible. He'll bring up Oryo-san's name too.
さとこはこれで運命から救われるのでしょうか。
Okay, I think we can switch back to the original sprites now. Is Satoko really going to be rescued from her fate?
間違いなくな。
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
ひょっとすりゃ明日にも救い出せるさ。
She might even be saved
そ
tomorrow.
れでダメなら今度は総攻撃だ。
If not, we'll go all out next
半
time.
端ねえ規模でな。
It'll be the war to end all
それ
wars.
からな、リカちゃん。
Also, Rika-chan,
運命とかって安っぽく言うんじゃない。
don't use words like fate
運
anymore.
命って言うと初めから結果が決まってるみたいに聞こえる。
Putting it like that, it's like it's already been
で
decided.
もな、最初から結果が決まってることなんて何もない。
But see, nothing is actually decided in
結
advance.
果を作るのは俺たちなんだ。
We're the ones who make our own futures. Yippee! I hope you get home safely, Zero. And enjoy the weekend.
だから何をしても無駄みたいな意味で運命って言葉を使うんじゃない。
So stop using the word fate as if there's nothing we can do. Rika seemed to think about what I said for a while. I wondered for a moment if I said something that hurt her feelings, but Rika-chan soon smiled at me.
圭一がそう言うならそうしよう。
Okay, I'll do what you say.
私はもう運命なんて気安く口にしない。
I won't use that word
運
anymore.
命がいかに容易に破れるかをあなたは私にこうして何度も教えてくれるのだから。
You told me you could change fate as easily as tearing a piece of
こ
paper.
の100年の中で鉄平が帰ってくるという最悪の際の目すらもこうして打ち破れる今。
And after 100 years, you're about to break the horrible cycle of Teppei's
逃
return.
れられぬ死の運命なんてきっと大したものなんじゃないって思える。
I cannot believe that the danger that awaits me is something that can be changed as well.
それより最悪の目はあなたが転校してこないことか。
The worst thing that could ever happen is you not moving to Hinamizawa. Imagine if that would happen next episode. Gulp.
この100年の間でほんの1、2度あったわね。
I experienced that twice in the past 100 years. That has happened? Actually?
寂しい世界だったわ。
Those were the saddest worlds of all. Oh my god. I'm kind of curious. I want to see what pure hopelessness looks like. But also not really have a feeling that that will really hurt my feelings.
たまにリカちゃんの言ってる話がよくわからないな。
I don't understand a thing that just came out of your mouth.
煙に巻いてるつもりなんだろ。
You're trying to confuse the issue, aren't you?
みー内緒なのですよ。
That's a secret. I'll do just as Keiichi says. I won't use words like fate anymore. Hope and whimsy. Hello, thank you for calling. You've reached Shishibone City Hall.
もしもし。
Hello.
すみません。生活振興部の自治係をお願いします。
Excuse me, could you get me the local affairs chief from the social welfare department? Of course, please hold.
お待たせしました。
Thank you for
自治
calling.
係でございます。
This is the local government section.
もしもし。どうも。係長の相田さんはいらっしゃいますか？
Hello, may I speak to the head clerk, Aida-san?
これは君吉会長さん。ご無沙汰いたしております。
He doesn't even introduce himself, but they still know who it is. Hello, Kimiyoshi-san.
先日は大変お世話になりました。本当にありがとうございました。
Thank you very much for the other day.
いやいや、こちらこそ悪かったね。
No, it was no
本
problem.
当にありがとう。
Really, I should be thanking
助
you.
かったよ。
I'm much obliged.
係長が戻りました。
The head clerk is right here.
今変わります。
I'll give him the phone.
係長、ひなみ沢連長の君吉会長さんです。
Sir, it's Kimiyoshi, the head of the Hinamizawa Town Council.
はい、もしもし。
Hello?
どうもどうも。今日はいかがなさいましたか？
How may I help you today?
実はね、先日の沖宮の生活相談所の件なんだけど。
Well, I'm calling about that case at the Child Consultation Center.
はいはい。若い子たちが陳情に来ているという話ですね。
Oh yes, a group of young children have been protesting in front of the
い
office.
やー、相談所の方も困っていたそうで。
They're such an inconvenience. How could they care for their friend that's being abused? How horrible.
会長さんにご相談できて本当に良かったです。
I'm so glad that we were able to talk to you about that.
それで、どんな話になりましたか？
So how did it turn out?
そ
Well,
れでね、ひなみ沢連長としては、
hell yeah.
正式に前原君を応援することに決まりましたわ。
The village has officially decided to support Maibara-kun.
すみません。今なんと？
Excuse me, could you say that again?
うちの町会でも前原君のやってることは筋が通ってると。
The town council agrees with what Maibara-kun is
いや
doing.
ね、若い方が納得してくれんのですわ。
The younger people in the town council want to support him as best as they can.
若いって言っても50、60の人たちですがね。
Well, I say younger, but they're in their 50s and 60s. I see.
しかし会長さん、
However,
他の役員さんはどう言っておられるんですか？
what are the other council members saying? Well,
それは昨日綿流しの実行委員会の席がそのまま緊急の役員会になっちゃってね。
we held an emergency meeting last night.
最初は石頭連中が渋ったんだけど、すっかり前原君に言いまかされちまった。
Oops. That the soundtrack? R of Can. Yeah, it's a really good one. I like this one. Some of the more hard-headed members were against it at first, but they were persuaded by Maibara-kun in the
い
end.
やね、彼は最近にしちゃ骨のある子だよ。
You know, we don't see young people with that much backbone these
ああ
days.
いう子をもっと応援しないと青少年の育成にはならないよ。
In my opinion, attitudes like that ought to be nurtured for the sake of a brighter future.
それではひなみ沢連長役員会の総意ということでよろしいでしょうか？
He doesn't want to believe it. So, everyone on the council has reached a consensus?
そうです。
Yes, that's right.
総意です。
Everyone came to an
反
agreement.
対の役員はおりませんでした。
Nobody is opposed to supporting him.
君吉会長さん、
Kimiyoshi-san,
先日もお話ししました通り、相談所の方も相当やってくれてるんです。
as I explained to you, the people at the Child Consultation Center are doing the best they
ただ
can.
ですね、観察期間を経ないことには判断が下せませんし、最近は特に人権意識の高まりもあって、いろいろとこの
However, they cannot render their final judgment before the investigation period is over. It's a human rights
そ
issue.
んなのは前原君が何でも説明してるよ。
It's not like they're actively investigating anything. They're just waiting. They're wanting to wait a whole month to see what happens. It's not like they're really investigating anything actively. They're just waiting it out. I believe Maibara-kun explained it to them many
さとこ
times.
ちゃんはとんでもなく暴力的なおじに閉じ込められてるんだ。
Tatoko-chan is being locked up by a terribly violent man.
体の傷じゃないよ。心の傷になっちゃうんだよ。
The emotional scars she's suffering will never heal.
育ち盛りの時期の心の傷は一生に暗い影を落としちまうんだよ。
She will forever have a deep wound in her pure and innocent heart.
この間の青少年セミナーの先生も言ってたでしょ。
Remember what they were saying at the youth seminar the other day?
一緒に聞いたでしょ。
You were there with me, weren't you?
ああ、
Yes, well,
それで園崎顧問の方はどんな
he
感じ
does not even care. What does the Sonozaki family say about this? Well,
お嬢さんもね、やるべしと。
Oryo-san also agrees with us.
そう強い口調でしたわ。
She was very clear about that.
慎重だか慎重だか知らんが、これ以上里子ちゃんの件を放置するってなら、ひなみ沢連長全体で前原君をバックアップしていかなくてはなりませんわ。
If you're going to insist on not rescuing Satoko-chan, the whole village will be joining Maibara-kun's movement.
そうですか。園崎顧問が。
Oryo Sonozaki-san said that? Well,
こういう
that's...
のはご家庭の問題でもありますし、ご近所の問題もありまして、なかなか行政は動きにくいところがありまして。
This is a problem within the family, so it's very hard for the government to take care of
近
it.
所に出てくればうちらも言ってやるけど、何しろほとんど表に出てこないやつだからな。
If I could see the man, I'd talk to him in person, but he rarely even leaves his
そ
house.
れに町会の者が余計なこと言ったら、里子ちゃんが余計八つ当たりとかされちまうかもしれないだろ。
Besides, if one of us personally said something to him, he might get nervous and hurt Satoko-chan even more.
だからこそ行政の出番じゃないのよ。
That's why the local government has to get involved.
全くおっしゃる通りですね。
I understand your point.
後ほどこちらからも園崎顧問さんにお電話をしまして事情を伺ってみます。
Oh my god, I'll call Sonozaki-san in a moment and ask for her opinion too. He doesn't even believe him! Ugh.
やめた方がいい。
I'd advise you not to do that.
しっかりお嬢さんへそを曲げちゃってる。
Oryo-san is very upset right now.
しばらくは電話をしない方がいいね。
I really wouldn't call her for some time.
そうですか。
Really?
困りましたね。
That's not good.
園崎顧問は頭に血が上られると鬼のようになりますからね。
When she's mad, it's like she turns into a demon.
それでね、
Anyway,
係長さんの方から相談所の方に、さとこちゃんの即時保護をお願いしてほしいんです。
I want you to tell the Child Consultation Center to put Satoko-chan under their protection immediately.
なんなら私が一緒に行ってもいいです。
I'll come with you if you need me to.
おお、今から行きましょうか。
We can go right now.
いやいやいやいやいやいや。
Oh no.
会長さんにご足労いただくことはございません。
I can't make you go to all that trouble.
こちらから相談所の方に連絡しまして、結果を本日中にご連絡させていただきます。
I'll call the Child Consultation Center and give you their feedback later today.
今日の昼前には欲しいな。
I want you to let me know before noon.
そんな夕方になるまで長話にはならんでしょう。
I'm sure your call won't be so long it stretches into the evening.
所長ってそんなに忙しいの？
Is the head of the office that busy?
いやいやいやいやいや。わかりました。お昼まで会長さんのお宅へご連絡させていただきます。
No, he's not. Very well. I'll call you back before noon today. He's shitting his pants.
くれぐれもよろしくお願いしますよ。
Thank you very much.
懲戒はね、相談所の対応が鈍いと、陳情を真面目に聞いてくれてないと非常に怒ってると伝えてくださいよ。
Tell them that the town council is very upset that they're not taking this appeal seriously enough.
わかりました。必ず伝えますので。
Yes, I will let them know. Yes.
ごめんくださいませ。
I'll talk to you again soon.
係長、なんだかやばそうな話をしてましたね。
Aren't these the buildings that we saw when Shion jumped out of her, what was it, apartment? Sir, are you okay?
参ったな。ひなみ沢連長が燃え上がっちゃったぞ。
This is bad. Hinamizawa village is kicking up a storm again.
斉藤君、悪いんだけどさ、園崎顧問に電話して事情を聞いてくれないかい？
Saito-kun, will you please call Sonozaki-san and ask her what's going on? I like that he isn't even calling her himself. He's just letting someone else call her even though he knows she's upset.
俺は相談所に連絡する。
I need to call the Child Consultation Center.
ひょっとするとやばいぞ。ダム戦争の再発になるぞ。
This might be a resurrection of the dam conflict.
もしもし。
Oh, hello?
どうもお世話になっております。自治係でございますが、所長さんはおいでですか？
Yes, this is the local government section calling. May I speak to the head of the office?
ひなみ沢の連合町会が指示ですか？
The Hinamizawa Town Council is supporting them.
先日聞いてもらった時には確か町会と連中は無関係だって話だったんじゃないですか？
I thought you told them, you told me they weren't connected to this.
先日会長や顧問にお尋ねした時はそういうお話だったんですが。
I did. When I spoke to the mayor the other day, they weren't involved.
なんでもですね、昨夜の役員会でコロって一転して全会一致で指示に決まったそうなんです。
However, they changed their stance just last night.
まあ、わかりました。
I understand.
ですが別に町会名で抗議にいらっしゃられても、こちらも対応を変えるわけにはいきません。
However, we're still not going to reverse our decision even if the whole village really does show up.
町会の抗議があったから特別待遇にしなくちゃならないなんておかしいですから。
It wouldn't be right to give her special treatment just because the town council protests.
ひなみ沢連長はご存知と思いますが、前身は鬼ヶ淵死守同盟です。
Sir, I believe you're aware of this, but they're the Onigafuchi Guardians.
所長はダム戦争はご存知ですよね。
You know about the dam conflict, right?
ダム戦争の時は県にいましたから、新聞に載っている以上のことはよく知りません。
I wasn't living here then, so I don't know much about it.
本庁の方にデモが来てたみたいな話は聞いてますが。
I heard that it was some huge government protest or something like that.
端的に申し上げて、少しですね。
I'm gonna be honest with you.
先方の話に耳を傾けられた方がよろしいんじゃないかと。
I think you should pay attention to what they're saying.
でも係長さん。
But wait a minute.
死守同盟はもう何年も前に解散しているでしょう。
I heard that the Onigafuchi Guardians disbanded years ago.
その後、オタクとうまくやってると聞いてます。
Haven't you had a fairly close relationship with the village ever since the conflict ended?
うまくいってるつもりだったんですが。
Yes, things had worked out smoothly.
たった一晩で何があったやら。
I wonder what happened to change that overnight. Keiichi Maebara happened.
陳情のリーダーの前原君という会長さんがとても気に入られてるようでして。
The mayor seems to be favoring a young man named Maebara-kun.
しかも園崎顧問の支持まで得るとはただごとではありません。
They have the support of Sonosaki-san too. It's not a trivial matter.
園崎顧問ってよく聞くひなみ沢の影の会長さんって方ですよね。
Sonosaki-san, you mean the ruler of the underside of Hinamizawa?
お会いしたことはありませんが。
I've never actually met her.
とにかくですね、ご注意いただいた方がよろしいかと思います。
At any rate, you need to be very
も
careful.
しも可能でしたらですね、
If it's at all possible.
北条さんの件、急いで保護してあげる方向で検討してもらえないでしょうか。
I think you should try to protect Hojo-san immediately.
私は鳥海さんとご縁があったことがないので分かりかねますが。
I'm not familiar with this mayor, so I don't know what kind of person he is.
そもそも行政は粛々と進めるべきものであって、その処理する順番が横やりによって変わるのは職務の怠慢ではないかと考えます。
Our job needs to be done carefully, and no matter the job, it's just not right to do things in a disorderly fashion. It's like they don't even care that she's being abused. They're just opposing them for the sake of opposing them at this point.
うちの職員も少ない人員の中で精一杯やってるんです。
Our people are doing the best they can.
福祉士も山積みの仕事の中から順に片付けてるんです。
They have piles of other cases to work
その
on.
どれもが当事者にとってとても大切なことです。
Every single case is very important.
どれも最優先でどれも後回しにできません。
You can't just prioritize her case for no
そ
reason.
うですか。
I see.
わかりました。
I understand.
では私の方から君吉会長さんの方にそのように連絡しておきます。
I'll call Kimiyoshi-san back and let him know your
そ
opinion.
んな連絡する必要があるんですか？
You need to call him back?
市政は町会の太鼓持ちじゃないでしょ。
Look, the municipal government doesn't exist for this town council's
お
amusement.
宅もあまり特定の町会にばかり便宜を図ると良くないんじゃないですか？
Why are you bending over backwards just to look after the needs of one
わ
village?
かりました。
I understand.
はい。申し訳ございませんでした。
Thank you for your time.
では失礼いたします。
I'm sorry for the inconvenience.
ダメだな。
This is really bad.
この所長、剣士の人事交流で来てる人だ。
That guy isn't even from around
地
here.
元町会の怖さを分かってない。
He has no idea how scary that town council can be.
県の職員出身じゃそんなもんですよ。
That's a transfer from the prefectural office for
し
you.
かも相手はひなみ沢連長だぞ。
He's fighting against
う
Hinamizawa.
わ、どうなっても知らないからね。
I refuse to be responsible for this one.
そっちはどう？
How did you do?
園崎顧問と連絡がついた？
Did you get to talk to Sonozaki-san?
はい。
Yes.
君吉会長と同じ意見だそうです。
She has the same opinion as Kimiyoshi-san.
相談所への連絡に対する返事は会長だけでなく顧問の方にも欲しいそうです。
She also wants a call from you regarding what the Child Consultation Center said. No, this is really, really
ハ
bad.
ンドンの楽しい土曜日が朝から台無しだよ。
I thought this was going to be a happy Saturday. Why are they working on a Saturday? I mean, okay, I guess stuff like this also needs to be tackled on a weekend. Still surprising. I feel like in Germany, I don't know if like official government workers work on a Saturday. I don't think they do. I think it's only open on like weekdays.
相談所長は怖いものなしで町会なんか知らんってさ。
The head of the consultation center has no idea what he's up
下
against.
手すりゃ週明けには本庁と相談所を外戦者が囲むこともあり得るぞ。
There's gonna be a huge crowd swarming the area by the beginning of the week.
会長宅と顧問宅に連絡ですね。
You have to call Kimiyoshi-san and Sonozaki-san right away,
手
huh?
分けしてお返事しますか？
Should I help with that too?
その前に市長室に連絡するよ。
Before anything else, we should be calling the mayor of Shishibone. Things are kind of crazy now. Hey, if they convince the mayor of Shishibone, maybe he can call the child consultation center too. Maybe they'll finally listen. Reviving the guardians. If there's 1,000, the whole village should stand up and what did it say? Should stand up and fight. That's it. We didn't even get a tip this time. yeah, that's it. Oh, that was actually kind of fast, but I also didn't yap for like an hour in the beginning of the stream. So we managed to get everything done in under 4 hours. This one was kind of fast. And with no tips as well, makes it even faster. Oh, okay. I have a feeling next week things might go down. We're also nearing the end of this episode in particular. How many episodes do we usually have? Not episodes, chapters. 15? How many did this one have? 16. This one was a short one. 8. 16. So I'm gonna guess that we're gonna have at least 15. So we're kind of nearing the end. But yeah, it was good. It was very good. Yeah, I feel like I didn't yap for that much. I think it was only like, what, 20 minutes? You're nearing the end of the game, to be quite honest. Yeah, I'm kind of scared. If this episode doesn't end well, I feel like it's really gonna crush me. This episode so far has been very emotional. I feel like Rika's words, I don't know, especially like last chapter was really emotional for me. And I was thinking about it after the stream too. It was really, really good. And I feel like if it doesn't go well, my heart will just drop and break into a million pieces. I'm gonna be so sad. I'm actually serious. Just killed Teppei. Didn't work out last time. Hey, maybe it will work out this time. Guy deserves to die regardless. Someone needs to kill him. Someone without a conscience, not one of the kids, maybe. Let Oishi kill him. Let me kill him. I don't have a conscience. On it, Sheep. Hell yeah. Thank you, Skip. Just landmine Teppei, easy solution. But who's gonna place the landmine? You know what would be really, really sad? If everything worked out until now, and then in the end, Satoko is gonna be so fed up that she just kills him herself. That'd be quite awful. Anyway, let me see. Also, let me go into the tips. I don't want to sit here in silence. Let me see who I can raid. Where's the raid window? Where did it go? It's gone! Okay, here it is. Oh, let me see. Who can we raid? Let's raid Honeydew. They're playing Pokemon Platinum version. I really like their model. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like watching Pokemon. Yeah. It's all impressive that how much reading talking stamina you have. I feel like my throat goes dry after like 2 hours of yapping, so this is pretty sick. Don't worry, I had a massive voice crack in the beginning of the stream. It's gonna haunt me forever. No, I think, I don't know. I've kind of gotten used to it. I even streamed for like 9 hours once, and a lot of those hours were Higurashi. I don't know. It works out somehow, but I do definitely feel my throat feeling kind of dead by the end of it all. But thank you. But yeah, thank you for coming here today. It was very fun. I feel like it's good that I get to play this on stream and that I can enjoy this with other people as well. I feel like that makes it easier to bear, even when sad things happen in the game. But yeah. Thank you guys. I'll be back on Sunday to play Silksong. Yeah, we haven't played that in a while. And I wonder if we can figure out how to get another ending. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I like it a lot. And I also look forward to the watch along for it. It's gonna be long because I think Higurashi has, well, aside from having multiple seasons, I think the seasons are 2 core. So they have like 24 episodes or so. We'll see. But yeah, have a good rest of your day, everyone. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Take care.